Dan?
Bring on the Mando.
Being a Mandalorian is not just learning about how to fight. You also have to know how to navigate the galaxy.
Welcome back to another episode of Stay on Target.
Oh, gosh.
I'm your host, Dustin. Thanks for being here tonight with us, everybody who's out there.
In the internet.
On the
Or
internet.
On the internet.
On the
In
webs.
The internet?
We got your Photon Fizzles here, everybody.
Yeah. Get those
Speaking
ready.
of Photon Fizzles, I have with me, as always, Nick. And you're dead.
That's all I gotta say.
You're dead, you're dead, you're dead.
You're dead. You're dead. You're dead. You're dead.
Name that reference.
Yeah. It's a good.
That's a good one.
I don't know.
And next to him, we have the one, the only, Matt.
Hello, you. How you doing? How you doing?
How you? He's like,
I
let's
couldn't
go.
speak for a second.
And then, how y'all doing? Look good. How y'all doing?
I didn't give him a week to prepare for this.
You didn't.
I know.
I'm
He's got to
mentally
mentally prepare for when that camera's
unprepared.
on him.
Are you
Yeah.
prepared now?
He's peppered.
This is the way.
I'm just gonna let it go.
Yeah.
Let it go. Copyright. All right.
Nah, we didn't do it long
And
enough.
the one, definitely the only. I'm saying that about everybody tonight. It is Dan flying the
Hello.
ship.
You're not
How you
making us
doing?
feel
Flying the
special.
ship up here. Can you see them? They're all back there.
Ow!
Have fun. Good
Throw us
seeing
a
you
rope
tonight.
or something.
Throw us a rope or something. I'm
That's a
excited to
good
talk
quote.
some Star Wars with all you fellas.
Yeah.
It's been a wild week, huh?
It has.
It has, definitely.
It's been a good week.
It's been a lot going on.
A lot going on in the Star Wars land.
Yeah, and we got a lot to get into tonight. But last but not least, we also have the fact checker, Omega. What is up?
Ouch.
That's-
Not
we
much.
call her Omega when she does bad.
Affectionately.
Yeah,
We call her
I
the
know.
fact checker when she does good. Say hello to everybody out there.
Hello, everybody.
Out there.
Oh, out there.
Oh, out there.
All right, and let us
Yes,
know in the
sir.
comments who all is here with us. Don't spoil anything yet, because there might be some people out there that haven't seen the episodes. Yeah, we just appreciate you being here with us.
Yeah, dude.
We're having lots of fun. We're going to talk a lot of Star Wars, baby. So let's get into it. First and foremost, though, we do have an icebreaker. And it is.
Could you be any more upbeat?
Dude, I am pumped.
We do have an icebreaker.
Look, look, look.
Look, take it down a notch.
I'm excited.
You got to be like this. We do have an icebreaker.
I'm
So excited
Just go like super
To
annoyed that
talk.
we have to do this.
with you
Oh my
about
god.
Star Wars.
Okay, guys. No. That is not. You can be that.
All right.
I can be me.
He's already being it.
That's what
All right, icebreaker for tonight is: what is the best ship relationship in Star Wars?
You hurt me.
I hope.
I hope.
All right, what's the best relationship in Star Wars? If you'd rather answer ship, you can also answer that. If you don't think there's very many good relationships.
I just spilled coffee all over the table.
Gosh, dang it! All right,
Wow.
My bad.
Nick, you go
got any-
first.
Me?
What?
I go
What's
first.
the best ship in Star Wars?
Oh,
Relationship.
I would have to say the best relationship in Star Wars is Obi-Wan and the High Ground. You know, he gets a lot of work done on that high
He
ground.
gets a lot of work.
Wow.
His
Wow.
relationship to the high ground from the low ground.
I thought you were gonna say Obi-Wan and Duchess Satine.
Yeah,
that was
I mean
a
that one
solid
too.
relationship.
Is she called the high ground?
Kinda.
Maybe
Is that her nickname?
She was buried in the high ground.
Wow.
That was dark.
Oh,
Okay. Wow.
yeah.
Well, that's an answer.
That's
Matt,
an answer.
Matt, what do you think? What's the best relationship in Star Wars? I think we have
Um,
one developing on the show too, but keep going.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Just go with Anakin and his son. It's a great relationship.
It's a great relationship. It's very toxic. I thought he was gonna say Anakin and Padme. I was like,
That's what
and then
I
he
thought,
just
too.
totally reversed.
He totally threw me off there. I wasn't even thinking that kind of relationship, but yeah,
Right?
that is technically a relationship. That is,
Yeah.
yep. You mean like Darth
Just-
Vader and
Yep,
Luke?
Yep.
Right.
Yep. Great.
Anakin and his son, his
great-
estranged son, the high ground.
The high ground.
All right, Dan,
Oh,
save us.
goodness.
What's the
Redeem
best
us, Dan.
relationship in Star Wars?
The ultimate all-time best relationship in Star Wars?
Yeah, man.
Ultimate.
Yeah, it's got to be George Lucas and the midichlorians.
The wills.
I don't know, like none of our answers
Right,
have been
yeah.
like legit.
No, we're all
like
off
a
the rails
roundabout.
tonight. I don't know. I mean, you got to go with. I liked Satine and
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did.
and Obi-Wan.
That was a
actually.
In all
quality.
seriousness.
In all
But
seriousness.
I also dig Hera and Kanan.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Pretty,
that
it's a
was
pretty
good.
good one. That
Solid
was
one.
a good payoff.
baby.
So I'll just say Kanan and Hera,
Yeah.
solid Jedi,
They're really-
and someone that's still around in the galaxy right now. So
Yeah.
a lot
Good
of
answer.
people. Yeah.
I like that one.
All right, what are you going with?
Yeah,
Dustin?
what
You
you
know
got?
what?
What you got? We took all the good ones already.
Yeah, we did.
Well,
We
I
took
mean,
all the right answers.
The most classic one, and I think really the best one portrayed in live action in Star Wars is Han Solo and Leia.
And
Right.
Chewbacca. I mean,
Oh.
Leia.
And Leia. Come on, man.
It's a
You
good
can't.
friendship.
That's just classic right there. You
Mhm.
can't beat it. But if I were to go, I seriously thought one of you were gonna say that.
Yeah.
And my answer was gonna be.
it felt too obvious.
It did, I guess.
It was the easiest choice.
It was the right answer.
We had to make up the hard choices.
You're wrong.
You're wrong, and you can be wrong. That's okay.
We forgive you.
No.
Maybe
I
later.
was gonna go with pulling from Legends. I was gonna go Leia or not Leia.
You just said
Luke
that one.
and I just
Yep.
blanked on
What's her name?
That's my favorite.
Oh no.
Oh no, I forgot her name too.
Oh, no.
Mara Jade.
Mara Jade.
I actually really like
Yep.
Luke and Mara Jade's relationship too.
Yep.
That's a fun one.
It's good.
All right, let us know in the comments. Do we got
Yeah,
some
yeah,
comments?
there's
People
some-
telling
there's
us
some-
what's the best chips?
There's a lot of comments. People are on the chat.
Yo,
Zari
yo, yo,
Moto
yo,
said,
what's good?
Hit us up.
Zari
Hit me.
Moto said so excited for tonight's show.
Woo!
Yeah,
Who
and
said
then
that?
that was before that. Zarhimoto.
Oh yes,
Sorry,
Zarimoto,
baby!
babe!
And Carla said, "Good evening, Stay on target. How are you all doing? Well, we're
Good evening.
fantastic.
We're doing great.
I'm good. I'm
We are
great.
here.
Nick is okay.
And
I'm
then Sayo Sin, who's been in the comments recently, has
Yeah.
said best ship is Anakin and Sand.
Yes.
Yes. How did we miss that?
And he followed it up with hot take: Maul and Ahsoka. Hear me out.
Oh.
Oh, that is
Seems
So-
wrong.
Yeah, I mean there was
right.
some there was some
There
stuff
was some
happening.
tension there.
Yeah, there was.
That was
Ooh.
Not that kind
They
of tension.
fought each other.
Can you? What would their
Caught
babies?
each other.
What would their babies look like?
no, that's trippy.
Ah,
Creepy.
Darth Talon.
They'd have long
There you go.
horns, is what
Well,
they'd have.
They'd
Yeah,
have the
they-
horns, but then they'd also have the like leku.
The
type
leku,
thing.
yeah.
Well, they would
That would
connect
be
it to the
interesting.
horns on the top.
Yeah.
Now I want to see like an artist rendition of that to see what that would look like.
It would look like Darth Talon.
Not exactly
with
though.
horns.
Well, yeah, I guess. Not.
Yeah.
Well, no, because that's a Twi'lek. She's to Gruden.
It's the same.
Similar.
It's a
but not
game.
the same.
It's the same.
All right, sorry. Keep going, Dan.
Similar.
That's it. That's all we got right now. But they're coming in hot.
Jeez.
We got
So-
another one.
Oh, we got another one. And Ryan said Chirrut Imwe and Baze.
Oh yeah, from
Oh, yep.
Rogue One.
Is that how you
baby.
say his name? Baze. I can't remember his last.
I can't even
Oh,
Speak.
shoot, yeah,
You got to
Baze.
spell it.
B-A-Z-E is how he spelled it, but I got
Baze.
His last name is that what you're saying? That you don't have the last name, right?
no, just Chirrut and Baze. Yeah, from Rogue One.
From Rogue
from
One.
Rogue One.
Yeah, dude, that was
a good one.
those guys were funny.
I thought he was going to say Chiru in the Force.
I am one with
I am
the
one with
Force.
the
The
Force.
Force is
Force
with me.
is with me.
That's a good point. It surrounds us and binds us all together.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, those are some good
Nice,
answers.
dude.
Thank you for commenting. We appreciate it. Thanks for being here with us out there, everybody. I love having the interaction. That's what keeps it fun, man.
Right?
Keeps it fruity fun.
Yeah, Baze Malbus was his name. Chirrut Imwe and Maze
Stop
Balbus. Or Malbus, sorry.
Baze Malvas, yeah.
Okay,
They were
go on,
playing one with the
friends.
Force and the Force is with me.
A sad demise at the end, ultimately, for them.
Yeah.
But no spoilers here.
That was a spoiler.
It was-
Also,
I feel like there's
Sad.
only one way
I'm
that
gonna
could
spoil
go.
it, but
Sad
since I
isn't
said
a-
no spoilers here, it erases everything.
In a manner of speaking, from a certain point of view.
From a
it's sad.
certain, there we go. There we go. Back to Obi-Wan
And then
in the high ground.
where are we at? Sayo Simpson jumped in and said, if you guys watched the new Bad Batch, there's a little romance budding. We did. We're going to get to that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
I
did.
saw that.
Mm.
I don't know how I
We
feel
What do you
did.
think
about
about that,
it. I
Sayo
don't know how I
Simpson?
feel about it.
We're not
We're not sure how we
we're-
feel about it.
We're very tepid. Is that a good word?
Tepid?
Yeah, that's
Tepid?
a good one.
We're very
Describe it.
lukewarm.
Look it up.
That's
Fact
one from
checker?
Matt's,
Tell
Matt's
us, tell us, tell
dictionary.
us. Tepid?
Tepid.
Lukewarm. We're not really.
Okay, yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
That's
just
what I thought I
lukewarm.
meant.
I think it's
wouldn't have
lower
guessed
than
that.
lukewarm. I think lukewarm is hotter.
It's like
than
Luke
tepid.
lukewarm.
Only slightly warm, lukewarm,
Yeah.
So it's like Luke in the Tauntaun.
showing little enthusiasm.
Lukewarm.
This is how we rate.
Okay.
This is how we rate warmth. We go lukewarm, Luke in the Tauntaun,
Yep.
and then we go to Anakin burning alive.
Yep.
On.
That's hot.
That's hot.
And the coldest is Han Solo frozen in carbonite.
Yep. Wow. That's all the rating.
We got a
That's
good-
how we should
got a
rate
good
everything.
Scale. That's a good scale.
That's a good.
We need a
scale.
graphic for that.
We do.
We'll call the
definitely.
graphics person.
Okay,
That's you.
that's not me. I went to school for it. I'm not doing it.
Wow.
What?
That's all I got to say.
He just stays on it.
Love that
Oh.
hang.
I love the awkward silence every time.
You were. I was born in it.
I was born in it, molded by it. Name that reference.
Dude, that's a good one.
That's a good
All
one.
right, we're gonna keep moving on though. We're gonna get into the non-spoiler section.
Mandalorian.
Mando,
Yeah.
the convert.
Yes.
I
yeah.
understand that reference now.
I understood that reference.
All right, let's get into some negatives without spoiling it, and let's do some pros and cons. I want to have the good old pros and cons. Let
Okay.
us know in the comments too, without spoiling it, please. For now, what you guys thought as well. We want to hear from you, and we're gonna get to that after we say what we want to say. And
Pro.
then you say.
Pros.
Give us a pro. Give me a pro.
the beginning.
Ooh, yes.
Yeah. The intro.
Yes.
Pro.
You just
Pro
took
intro.
everything away.
Okay. Give us a con, Matt.
We're switching to cons now.
Yeah. Oh,
Or give us another pro.
I would say the con is kind of the middle part.
Yeah, the whole middle. like a
it
turd
dragged
sandwich.
on a little long.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have been as bad if it didn't drag on so long, I guess.
Yeah.
But
They could have condensed it.
what he said, this
Yeah.
guy,
yeah, there's a lot that happened. I found a lot of it interesting and fascinating for where it was.
Right.
and
Yeah.
Kind of what was, you're just wondering the whole time what was going to happen. And I think we all knew,
didn't-
kind of, but not
It
to the
wasn't-
extent.
nothing
it wasn't really-
happened.
Yeah, it
Right.
wasn't the payoff that I was expecting.
Yeah, we.
It was kind of like
Anticlimactic.
you run 10 miles to show somebody a dog turd. And that was it.
Wow.
I mean, okay,
I
it
wouldn't
was,
go that bad.
it was a
but
nice dog turd.
It was shaped nicely.
Yeah.
It was like
It
one
was
of those
like, look at
perfect
that.
It
circles.
was a rose.
Yeah.
Oh man, no, yeah. I kind of equated it to a roller coaster. Like that whole part, it felt like we were going up a roller coaster.
Yeah.
We finally get there, and then
And then
it's
it's
just
just
like a
like-
slight
and it
dip.
drops for a little bit.
It's just done. It's like
And we, what it was though is like you're riding the roller coaster, you're going up, but you're like barely going up the whole time, so the hill is tiny. Actually,
Takes forever.
Yeah.
you feel
It's
like
like-
you're looking up the whole time, so you don't know how high off the ground you are until you get to the top.
It's
and you're
not
like,
even.
oh,
It's not even a 45-degree up. It's
Yeah.
literally like just a 5.
You're practically going
but
straight.
you're just looking straight up.
But I'd say
I like how we're explaining this into depth here.
Have you ever ridden a roller coaster?
people haven't ridden.
Do you want to?
Explain
I'm
the
making
roller
my
coaster.
own amusement park.
Last week was cereal talk. This is roller
This is
coaster.
roller
Yeah.
coaster talk, baby.
What can I say?
Diving
Life's
deep on the
a
roller
roller
coaster.
coaster. Yeah.
Yeah, but there were some pros in there. I liked how they started it. We haven't seen that planet since Andor, but
Well, you
we
just
haven't.
gave it away.
We haven't. Well, no, we didn't.
It's in the
We've
notes.
People
seen-
have saw if people
we've
have
seen-
There are a
seen-
lot of planets.
Andor.
in Andor.
planets.
It's actually in the
Seen-
description of the episode.
Oh,
if you go to
that-
Disney,
that
So
is
I'm not
true, yeah.
spoiling.
it's not
anything.
too spoilery.
Right.
Can I say it then? I'm gonna say it. It's Coruscant. We haven't seen Coruscant for some time, and we haven't seen Coruscant in this time era. Actually,
No, we haven't.
that's what I find
True
very
stuff.
fascinating, and
Yeah.
I liked how they handled certain aspects of it. It felt very Episode 2
Yes.
in a lot of ways, but I do feel like the pacing was off for it. I feel like they
was.
could have condensed that.
Yeah.
I don't know why they chose to linger on that.
I
Like
think
I would have much rather lingered on what we got in the beginning and the very end.
Yep.
And I almost feel like they did the bookend of this episode to keep you from falling asleep.
Yeah.
Not really. I mean, you didn't really fall asleep, but to keep you interested and to give you like, okay, we definitely needed to show you this for the plot, the middle, but we know it's not the most fascinating thing you've ever seen, so we're going to give you something a little bit more fascinating in the beginning and the end
Yeah.
to continue the story.
And honestly, I didn't think they were going to show that at the end. I
Yeah.
thought it was going to end where it did, where
yeah,
where I was
Done
like,
did.
"Ugh, don't end here. And then it went back, and I was like, oh, thank goodness.
I think they did that for a reason. I really do think that they knew that it was
Bring you back in.
Kind of
yeah.
boring.
yeah, or it was
Not as entertaining.
it was a detour, you
Yeah.
know, but they still linked it in the
I
same
needed one,
episode.
I suppose.
So I'd say, yeah, sorry. Anyway, pros and cons. Pros and cons.
Pros.
But yeah, the pros. I mean,
Give me
that,
some more, Dan.
That beginning and end was rock solid. So
Yep.
stay tuned. If you get a little bit sleepy in the middle, and as far as not spoiling anything else, but no, I mean, I enjoyed the beginning. I enjoyed the end. I enjoyed the middle too. There were sections of it at first where you're like,
Yeah.
oh, this is kind of a cool sightseeing trip.
Yeah.
And then some of the dialogue was pretty good. It actually reminded me a little bit of Andor. That's a
Yeah.
pro for me. Some of the
Right.
the set design, it felt like they were maybe on the volume, but some of it felt like Andor, not quite Andor level, but
It was a good amalgamation, I'd say.
Yeah.
But closer to Andor.
closer to Andor. It just had kind of an Andor-y kind of vibe, which of course we loved Andor and the
Right.
way that they shot that, and it felt cinematic. It wasn't that level, but again, you're kind of walking around. There's some, different species and things like that kind of felt Star Warsy. I loved the music of this one actually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
the score.
Pretty much throughout. The score kind of led you where you needed to go. And anyway, other than that, I liked how they kind of continued without. I don't know. I don't want to spoil
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah,
See,
Where we
this
left
is
off.
tough to not spoil.
Yeah,
Yeah.
non spoilers is the part that we really have the most difficult time talking about things. But do we have any comments out there? Let's get to some comments on this. See what everybody else thinks.
Yeah, we do. Sayo Sinsin said, "Facts. It was boring.
Yeah.
Maybe it wouldn't have been as bad if it
The
didn't
middle
come
part.
off an extremely interesting plot line. The whole time
Yeah.
you just want to get back to the story.
Yep,
Literally, if they put
exactly.
like a Andor episode in that time, I think it would have been great. I would have rather have watched Andor
Yeah,
at that point.
I feel like the dialogue in Andor was a lot more intriguing
Yeah.
than this,
Yeah.
and the acting I felt like was up a notch from this, and that's why I really question their decision as to why they lingered on it so long. Like, there's so many scenes where I was like,
Just drawn out.
"Oh man, yeah,
Yeah.
why are we just sitting in this
It
one spot
slowly
for
it
so
literally-
long?"
literally could have been done in like 10 minutes and
Yeah.
then went back to,
And it-
you know.
And it
What do you
doesn't
think?
make a lot of sense for the fact that this was the longest episode we've got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like,
And it was majority that, or
yeah.
you think
It
it was
was.
slightly over half? I would think.
Definitely
of the
majority.
I think it
show.
was
definitely
two-thirds of it.
majority of it.
2/3. You think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call it fillery. It's borderline. Like the middle was just overstuffed with the same kind of thing. You
Yeah.
know, but again, even last week there was, I don't know if I can talk about it, but they went to this location with Din, and then they went to the same exact look. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? They repeated some of that, and I felt like
was
in this one they
goofy.
kind of repeated, like he's looking out the window a lot at the same kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
And
It
they
was
even
cool.
made
That one was
they even
weird.
made a point of it at one point, and we're like, well, Matt was like, didn't he just
Didn't you
Yeah.
just see all
I was
this?
like,
like
didn't
see
you
all
just
this
see
like a
this
minute
stuff?
ago? Why are they like the music in that scene did
He
not
looked-
seem to
He
fit?
looked so
No.
much more intrigued this time.
Right.
Compared, like he was literally just riding through it
Mm-hmm.
Right.
5,
Whereas
10 minutes before.
and he was like inside like transportation, whereas the other one he was literally like in a
Outside.
convertible.
Yeah. Right?
They didn't do
Right.
the same kind of taking in the sights.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That was definitely weird. There were some weird choices in this. I'd say the strongest point of this whole episode is
Beginning and the end.
The beginning
Yeah.
and the end.
Yeah.
And besides, I'd say like one part of that whole
Middle. Yeah.
middle was the very end of it. I mean, that's really you could have
See,
cut out
that's
so
what I
much of it
mean,
and
though.
then just had that, and then
Yeah.
you would have been just as intrigued as to why this is happening,
Yeah.
or
See,
why is
that's-
that person doing that,
that
to
was
that
the-
other person.
That was the problem. It was like, why are we drawing this out so long and the payoff isn't even that great?
Yeah,
It's like you literally could have done this 5-10 minutes and then it would have been like, oh, yeah, that's interesting. I wonder where that's going. And then went back to where we were at the end.
or played it like Andor, where they would bounce back and forth. I
Yeah,
think that
yeah.
would have been a
Like, cut it-
better.
cut it up.
I think
kept
that would have
wondering
been
when they were
better.
Jumping back.
Right? I was like, oh, is this a whole bait and switch episode? And it kind of was. And I hope they don't do it in future episodes.
But has
Please.
please, but has Mando done that yet? Have they ever gone off and done like two separate stories at the same time?
I don't know.
I don't think
Not very
so.
much.
Not
They-
very much.
If they did, it
I
was
wouldn't
like
think so.
Yeah.
a split second.
But to be fair, they have had slow Mando episodes.
Definitely.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
and
kinda
so it's not like
fillery.
it's completely out of left field. It just felt like, because we've gotten so much greatness in the last two, well, or even half of this one was that same story. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was that level.
Yeah.
It felt like a little bit of a departure where we were like, all right, now we're slowing down a little bit. But we had a couple of the comments here. You
Yeah,
guys want,
go,
want me
go,
to
go.
feed them up?
Yeah,
I
hit me.
want to get your thoughts. So Sinsin had another comment, said it works with a show like Andor that has a consistent pace, but The
Yeah.
Mandalorian is much more flashy.
Yeah, it is. It's a lot
Upbeat,
more high
absolutely.
octane. It's a lot more. You got to have the action in Mando to keep. You can have the slow moments, but it's got to be a faster pace. You can't just linger on things as much like Andor did. Andor gave you a lot of time to breathe, but there was so much good dialogue in there that it kept things interesting.
Something's goofy.
Yeah, it's
So that's what I liked about Andor action. I really
Right.
appreciated the dialogue so much. I think that was
Yeah.
the thing I appreciated almost most of Andor.
right. It was
And
you
the
know,
acting.
It's like a story within the Star Wars universe.
That's why I've said if Andor could, like, if we could bring in Andor's like acting, whoever
Yeah.
directs the
Yeah, yeah,
actors,
Actors
actors, and the dialogue,
and or the dialogue.
and or the dialogue, and then we could get the action and the payoff action of Mandalorian. That
Yeah,
would be
yeah,
like
yeah.
the perfect Star Wars show.
It would be the perfect
Really.
marriage.
And I think they're
Marriage.
approaching that. Marriage.
Speaking of ships,
Marriage.
I think they're approaching that level. I think they're trying to find their how to do that in Mando.
yeah,
And I think they're exploring, and I liked the attempt. I liked some of the intrigue. And then we got another comment here from Benjamin Bravo.
Ooh,
a
nice.
fan of the show.
Benjamin.
And, someone, if you go back in the history
Benjamin.
books, has appeared on the show. So good friend of the
That is true.
Stay on
yeah.
Target family here. I will
Nice.
provide a controversial opinion. I was on edge the whole time during the middle. I was thinking that someone was going to get killed.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
No, we
definitely.
that's what
thought,
we
yeah.
were thinking too.
No, we did think someone was getting killed.
yeah. It was
felt
definitely-
like, yeah.
there was
for
definitely
sure.
tension, but I think the payoff
It
for
didn't,
that
it
tension
didn't go the way we
was
expected.
part of it.
Yeah.
But thank you for the comment,
Yeah.
Ben. We're glad to have you
Ben.
back. And
And then he followed it up. He
okay.
said, actually, sorry, I meant to say more. I like the scenery of the episode. I got some ISB vibes from the New Republic office.
yeah, that was
It's not
ooh.
government work unless you do it twice. Haha.
yeah,
Parks and Rec quote.
Parks and Rec.
right.
Love it.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, there's definitely that.
I have other questions that we're going to get into in the spoiler section for sure, because there's
Yeah.
some things that I was like, man, that was handled terribly.
Yeah.
Like
You could probably just go right into the spoiler section right now.
we could, but
Honestly,
go ahead,
yeah.
fact checker. You got
Oh
something?
no, just real fast. Did the show meet any the questions we did in the poll? Did it meet any of those expectations?
What were the questions?
The
in
poll we
poll
did
again?
last night. And what do you hope
Yeah.
to see more of in the Mando
Oh yeah.
in this episode?
We've
I'll
been-
say,
Um,
okay, so
I need a
speaking of ships,
refresher.
Speaking of ships.
I'd say that relationship is continuing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I am enjoying it. I'm just
Yeah.
saying.
I am too.
I even watching this episode, I'm even more intrigued
They
with
will rule
where
Mandalore together.
those two characters are going and what has happened, and if someone will keep up the creed.
Right.
Some way,
Yeah,
without
yeah,
spoiling
yeah, yeah,
everything.
Yeah.
It was good. I liked it.
Yeah.
Because
I
they
thought it
even
was
bonded
great.
even more, and that's
They
how I was
did,
like,
yeah.
"Ooh."
Oh, calm down.
I don't know.
calm
What
down.
do you guys think about that?
Yeah.
Give me
I
your
see
hot
it.
takes.
No, it's
That-
still coming.
literally what you said is what I was thinking.
dude.
Get out of my head,
my
man.
head, man.
There's barely room for me in there.
What about you, Dan? What do you think about the
Danny boy.
ships?
It was good.
Yeah.
Daddy.
It was
That's all he's
good.
got to say.
And now we're moving on.
Good spaceships.
Yeah, good spaceships.
Actually, there was some really good. I really
Yeah.
enjoyed the.
We're still
Yeah.
in.
As we
Spoilers.
transition
Non-spoilers.
into the spoiler section.
Yeah,
of the
we
show.
should.
hop into that
But
We
one
should,
more
though.
one more comment response here
In
to
non-spoilers.
maybe this is between them, but I like it. The only issue with Benjamin is that we aren't really invested in these characters. So even if they
Yeah.
do get killed, the emotional payoff just wasn't there. I
Yeah.
agree. The episode was
Yeah.
visually beautiful,
We just
Mhm.
met him.
and then Ben responded a very good point. So I'm just gonna read everybody's
Yeah, no,
conversations out loud on
That's
the
fine.
show.
We like the
We're,
conversation. That's-
we're outing
You're
everyone.
in the conversation with us.
You're
right?
not safe if you're in the comments.
You're not.
We are
Wow.
watching.
You will
Is
be
that a
sniped.
threat? Dang. There's the the
Yeah.
tension.
That's what you've been waiting for, anyway.
Yeah, so-
that's what you've
It
been
was
waiting.
good.
So pretty much, I think to wrap up the non-spoiler section of the show, there were some pacing issues.
Yeah.
There was some. It just felt a little bit like it dragged on a little bit, and they didn't quite deliver in the middle section of the show. I'd say the beginning and the end are the strong points for the characters that have already been established. I understand that they're trying to establish something new. I just felt like they didn't quite execute the timing of it. I think they could have condensed it down, maybe done some flashbacks back and forth.
Mhm.
And there was one other disappointing thing that I'm not disappointed, but I wish they would have done. But I understand why they're saving it for later.
Yeah.
And I'll do that in non-spoilers. But otherwise,
mean
I think it was a decent episode. Wasn't bad necessarily. It felt like we took a little bit of a detour, and
Yeah.
we're now back on in the same episode. So
Right.
would you guys agree with that? Anything else you guys-
Absolutely.
Anything?
I feel like they learned from previous departures though, and they still gave us something to
Right.
sink our teeth into at the
Something
beginning and
to-
the end.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Like other seasons, they would have just jumped right into Coruscant, and which not and they would have just followed the whole time. That was an episode all its own. But I
Right.
feel like the editors or Jon Favreau was like, this isn't quite working. Let's give them a little bit of the ending of the, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I feel like they have learned a little bit, and at running the risk of people feeling like it's just a detour.
Yeah.
Even though these people we've seen before, they are from other seasons.
Right.
But let's say you hadn't seen the other seasons or forgot.
Yeah, you'd
or
have been like, who are these people?
even me
Yeah.
having
Yeah.
seen them, I was
Yeah,
like,
no.
what's that person from again? And then I had to recall.
Yep.
But
Total Recall.
Total Recall.
Total
So-
Recall.
no, I think that they did a good job. Like I said, they are improving. If this is the most detoury that we go,
Yeah,
it's gonna
that'd
be a
Yeah,
good
no,
season.
and
It's
then
gonna be a
I
good
Yeah.
would
season.
upset.
It wasn't necessarily bad. It just, again, execution wasn't there.
Right.
I think they could have. There's things in it I enjoyed about it, but it was just the execution. We needed
Yeah.
it to be executed.
Dustin wants more execution.
He wants more.
I want more executions. Public executions.
Yeah,
Back
no
in-
amnesty for the Empire.
yeah, yeah. There was a lot of. I liked how they tied. I did like how they tied in a little bit of like Nazism there, where they
Yeah.
brought in some of the.
You
That
like
sounds
that?
terrible.
He likes
I'm
the
sorry.
Nazism.
I'm sorry. I don't mean it that way. I don't mean it that way.
We
I
have
s-
people
okay,
watching.
it feels like
Dustin.
Star
Let me
Wars.
clarify.
You should probably
okay?
go. You should probably tell them spoilers at this point.
No.
We're getting banned right off the
Right,
right.
No.
yeah.
We're just getting popular.
And
Let
that's
me
the end of our
explain.
stream.
Let me
All
explain.
right. Well, that's
Star
the end
Wars,
of it.
Star Wars has always the bad guys in Star Wars. Come on, they've always
They always-
imitated
No, we get what you're saying.
Nazis.
They've imitated
Okay,
Nazis.
so I like. I don't.
We know what you mean. We know,
That was a
right?
terrible-
People in the chat, you know what he means.
Somebody could have clipped that.
hope.
that
The better
sounds
Star
terrible.
Wars
completely out of
episodes.
context.
No,
what
no, no,
made
no.
Andor so amazing is what you're trying to say. Is that
Yes.
it felt like the ISB, the
Dang it.
Empire are like the SS
Yeah.
from the
Yes,
Nazi
exactly.
factions, and so
Why didn't you say it that way?
They're
in
keep.
our opinion, when they
I was trying to get
When
there,
you
but
get
you guys,
He likes causing issues.
we caused the issue when but when you see that, I know what you mean.
yeah, I just like that they're staying with that theme in regards to.
we
they're
know
the
you
most.
don't like genocide.
They're the
It's okay.
most hated. They're like the ultimate villains of all history, you
Yeah.
know, and there's a reason for that.
Yeah.
And
'Cause
it
they're
makes
evil.
sense that they're
It
following.
tracks.
And George Lucas based the Empire off of
He did.
Yes,
He did
exactly.
indeed.
World War
He did
II. A
indeed.
lot of the
So-
space battles are
So
based
they're
off.
following that trend, and in this episode, they follow another trend of what happens after that, and that's what I'm
Yeah.
talking about. That's what I liked. The
Yeah.
parallel there was
Yes.
cool to see.
Yes.
And Dustin would like to address
He wants to
the wider audience out there.
Oh my
the
goodness.
wider
All right,
audience.
all right.
Goodness.
Anybody else have anything non-spoiler?
You
they
just
wanna
keep
talk
putting your
about?
foot in your mouth.
I'm really good at that.
No, it's funny. It's good.
No, all
yeah,
right,
let's
we're
get
good.
into
All right,
No,
we're
I
gonna
think we're good.
we're gonna go on to spoilers.
And
Please.
Zarimoto said, "I understand what you mean, Dustin."
Thank you. Oh, at least
The
somebody else
chat.
did.
At least someone gets
It's
you.
our
Somebody
job
gets me.
to laugh at what Dustin says.
Yeah,
It's
yep.
part of the show.
That makes sense. I'm going to insert my foot at least 12 times in one episode.
Yep.
At least once.
Or draw a blank on a name.
I do that a lot. That's
Yeah.
why I usually try to take notes. Anyway, we're gonna go on to we're gonna go to the spoiler
Yeah, we're
section.
going on to the
Oh,
non
no.
Back to
Yes.
the non-spoilers, then to the
Yeah.
spoilers. No, we're in the spoiler section. So if you haven't seen this week's episode of Mandalorian, season 3, episode 3, The Convert, tune away now. You have 5 seconds to leave before we spoil everything. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
They all die.
They all die.
Everyone dead.
Every single time.
Every single episode.
Death
I'll
is
They
the
say
answer.
all
that.
die.
Yeah. No.
Executions.
Executions.
Public execution.
He wants more executions.
I thought Matt
Genocide.
was the.
No.
Am I taking on this?
No,
moniker
you're
this
taking
week?
on
No,
like,
you're like-
genocide
yeah,
or whatever.
I'm the
I don't know.
genocide guy, and you're the torture
the
guy.
genocide guy.
That's me, genocide.
No, that was
That's
that
me,
was Hitler.
genocide, man.
No, that's terrible. Not.
Yeah,
I do
no,
not.
Don't say that.
No.
You make me look good.
You make me look good with my love
Me and
of
my torture.
You turn them against me.
Yeah.
These are all
Done that
references
yourself.
that we have been going on this show.
Yeah, if
for-
you haven't
for
watched our
months.
show for a while,
Sorry if
I'm
we're
sure.
shocking you.
Yeah,
We're like,
Matt-
what if
Matt-
I watched?
There was Matt likes
He likes torture.
Justin
torture
set
and
me up.
Dustin.
It was
did.
the most awkward.
Right.
Like I was
We
trying
set
to
him up.
throw Matt like something to talk about, and I did it in the worst way possible.
Yeah.
Like I just set him up terribly,
It's
and I
so
didn't
funny.
realize it until like I was fully committed to giving it over to him. So I just had to pivot and say, "So you like torture?" It was terrible. Anyway, go back and watch it. It's funny. Maybe we'll clip it. We'll
Couldn't,
put it- we'll put
couldn't
it
tell
out
you which
there.
episode it was. So just watch them all.
Watch them all,
watch 'em
baby.
Recap.
Yeah, and if you're a new listener or new watcher of us, we appreciate you being here with us tonight. We know we got a lot of new subs in the last day.
Yeah.
and we love it, and we love having you here. Let us know if you're here in the comments, and if you've seen our latest video, which was fantastic. Dan did that video. It was amazing, and it was hilarious. And yes, we're gonna talk about Bo Katan and Din Djarin.
Yeah.
Here we
Dinbo's
go.
back.
Dimbo.
Dinbo.
Bo Din Dinbo.
Boat and Dimbo.
We shipped them, and they're continuing to fly their ships together.
Yeah.
Literally.
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 I liked
Literally.
it. It was
I
like
did. It was great.
it reminded me as a
the
just
chemistry is real.
seriously. It reminded me of when Wally
Cyril.
and
On and off the bat.
Eva, remember that?
Yeah.
And they fly around space.
It did kind of feel like
Yeah.
that.
No, I'm
Except for it
kidding.
was
Except
their,
it was
for
a
their
battle.
lives.
Yeah, right. Except there was a lot higher stakes in that one.
Yeah. There was,
But they did
Oh,
a
yeah.
good job.
well, it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
We can spoil it. Yeah. We'll
Yeah,
do it.
we're
yeah,
gonna spoil
we're-
it.
Yeah. So
We're
the
waiting
the
for
only negative thing I wanted to see right off the bat, I want to see that mythosaur like burst out of the water,
Yeah,
right,
man,
and
sick
go to
nasty,
town.
bro.
Like
Yeah.
I was waiting for that. I know why they didn't do it, because you gotta tease us a little bit, and I think that's gonna be payoff later in this
Yeah.
season. Maybe even the next episode or two. I don't know. But I really wanted to see that mythosaur.
Right.
Right.
The mythosaur.
The myth
Well, I thought I liked how they picked up right where the other episode left off.
Yes.
Right.
Like right there. You're like, oh
Boom.
yeah, we just saw this scene. And It felt like a real TV show, like cliffhanger. Here we go, And then, but it was interesting how already you're like, wait, she's not going to tell him.
She's not going to tell him.
Yeah,
about the
that
myth.
was an
Did you
interesting
see
point.
anything
Or-
else?
Yeah,
Like anything alive?
she asked him like
what?
3 times.
Yeah, I know.
Like
Yeah.
you're making it obvious on
Typical
yourself here.
guy, not
Right.
picking up
Yeah.
on the cues.
I'm
Literally, I'd
wondering-
have looked at her and like went and dove back into the water. Like, what did I miss?
She's like,
I-
the dishes are dirty.
right.
The dishes are dirty.
The dishes are dirty.
I didn't
You
see any
didn't see
dirty-
anything in the sink?
Yeah. The water's too murky. I can't see those
You
dishes.
know, that's like what it felt like in some ways. And he's like, no,
Yeah.
I think we should leave.
Like she's
Giant
like dropping hints,
animal.
like, did you do anything today? I watched the kid.
we have 2 kids.
Thanks for saving me again. I'm going to go lay down.
Yeah, I'm gonna go take a nap.
If you could just take me back to my ship, which
Yeah,
is
right.
at your house,
Yeah.
that would be great.
Exactly.
Oh,
if you want to send the kid to get it, I'll wait.
Yeah, I'll wait. It's
But-
okay.
I was gonna say,
Yeah,
I
go ahead,
think
sorry.
he did see him. I think he did see the mythosaur.
What?
Really?
Really?
Maybe he's just. Yeah, but why?
What-
Why wouldn't you
Well,
say?
But
he
why?
did?
Everybody's got an angle.
That is true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ulterior
They could play
motives.
it. They could play it either way. Actually, I think
Yeah.
they could be like, actually, his camera phone was recording, or or he
His
The one
helmet
that took
phone.
the
or he
selfie.
helmet
just
cam.
happened to open his eyes. I mean, he didn't get pulled down like we guessed last week.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know, though.
I still think he probably got
I
pulled
don't know.
down.
No. He
I
said
don't
that it was a lot deeper.
Well,
than
that's
he
because
thought.
he didn't
stepped
know
and
it
fell.
was anything in there. That's good, and he forgot all that. I
Yeah,
would think.
I-
That's how I relate.
He said he didn't think it was going to be that deep.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's controversy brewing about that.
Yeah,
but-
that is
But
that
I
is
think He
weird.
fell down. I think he stepped off. It was a lot deeper, and he sunk like a rock.
How did
Yeah.
he
I
get
don't
to
know
the
how
bottom
you
that
could,
fast,
though.
though?
And then they said that the thing was sleeping. The mythosaur was like it just woke up, right?
Right.
So she woke it up as she went
As
by.
she-
it.
that's like the eye. That's what people were saying. Again, this is controversy brewing. Now you
Okay,
can take
I'm
it
not
either
saying
way.
this. This is what
saying
people
it.
are
I'm
saying.
just
This is where we're at.
Okay.
But I think so.
I
If
would
he
never
was,
say it.
you know what I'm saying. So he was like, oh shoot,
Yeah.
and then he didn't see it because he didn't have his light on or whatever.
Or-
but maybe as she was coming back up,
Or
I thought he did have his light on. He turned it on
alternative
before he
theory.
jumped in, I thought.
maybe he
Maybe
did
not.
see it. He felt it pull him down, and he just pretended to be unconscious. So then she would have to dive into the water after him. So then
Huh?
he
was
made
hoping
her
some-
believe
He
again.
was hoping for some mouth-to-mouth resuscitation.
Yeah, he
Or
was.
that.
Well,
Okay.
he's had plenty
Without-
of
without my
she just plugs a air hose
Yeah.
into his helmet. Water shoots
Not
out.
what I expected.
I think when he was sitting there walking toward the water, remember that she's reading off the thing and he's
Yeah.
solely focused. When he said, "This is the way," he wasn't listening to anything she was saying.
No.
Yeah.
She's like, "My father was." He's like, he's already thinking of his plan to how to get her to save him when he goes down
Right,
to the
he's
bottom.
like, "Oh, man,
so
this
his
is my
mind was
shot."
so far
shot.
ahead of her, and so he just walks in. He's like, "Okay, how am I going to do this again? If I just walk off and I dive down, all right, Grogu, let her know to come get me after like a minute, So he's planning this whole thing in his head. It could be.
Yeah,
it could be.
I don't think he actually saw it. But
Shun the non-believer.
there's a lot of weird things there, though. Like, how did he drop so fast if
Yeah.
it didn't pull him down?
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
He
Like,
dropped
Like, I
too
thought it
fast
pulled
for
him down
that.
because of the way he fell in the water and even with the music cue.
yeah.
If that was meant to just be like him sinking in the water, why did they do like a music Jaws sound effect that made it sound like he was being dragged underwater?
Right.
And that
Well,
scared the poop out of her so that she would jump in the water.
He did go down quickly, but
Yeah.
it was a sudden, sinkage.
Yeah, but
Sinkage.
I don't
Please say
know,
that
man.
word again.
Sinkage.
I don't-
Sink
I-
me.
I don't
me.
believe it.
Sink me. I don't believe it either. I think
All
he
right.
got pulled down and he knew it, and then he lost consciousness because he went down too fast.
But it was interesting though what she said about
said.
No,
She
said
it.
so my mind went a bunch of different ways, and I'm not going to go there. But
Please don't.
but what she said was it never used to be that deep.
Right.
The water was
Never used to be
Seismic.
that deep
something.
because of the
seismic activity from bumming.
yeah. So that actually is what opened up like a cavern or whatever she said, a
crevasse
crevasse.
For the mythosaur to live.
Well, that's the thing. Like, maybe the mythosaur was only this big, but you know how you put a fish in a small pond, but then you make
it
the
gets
pond bigger,
bigger.
and the fish just keeps getting bigger?
Right.
Maybe
Yeah.
because all of a sudden it had more water,
Yeah.
it had more space to grow.
or
like the
or the
Grogu.
Grogu. Wow, fact checker.
That's-
Omega. No, I think that mythosaur has been down there for a long time already.
Yeah.
I just think they never. It was closed off to that area,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it was just like deep in the planet.
In the
core.
planet.
So you think it just happened
I think
to
after order.
slide into the
No.
one exact place?
No,
Where,
no. It was because it after the bombing, it opened up to
He
the
could
bigger
move.
like
Yeah.
underwater ocean
You
there.
could
So then-
move.
So then it could actually access that pool or whatever was there.
The living water.
The living waters.
of
So it was in a bigger area.
Yeah.
And now after the bombing, it moved into the smaller area.
No. It's still the. It
It's
just
all the
opened,
same
It just
now.
opened
It's all
up
It's like a
connected.
channel.
to the bigger
Disconnected.
area.
It's a channel.
Because
Gotcha.
she said it never used to be that deep, is what I'm saying. And then
Yeah.
he fell super far because the seismic activity opened up like to more areas, you know.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying. I see what
We
you're
got
saying.
But I know
Canals
what you're saying.
upon
It could be that
canals,
too,
bro.
because
Tubes.
she did say that it used to be. It was
It was a lot
myth,
smaller.
myth
Yeah.
that it used to be a
Mythosaur.
mythosaur
Hiding
lair
place.
or whatever.
Yeah. But like clearly nobody's ever seen it. Or at least as
Or
far as
not.
It'd been a long
Bo-Katan,
time.
It seems.
And that's why
time,
I
yeah.
thought it had actually been there the whole time, but just deeper underwater or deeper
Maybe it was,
in the
yeah.
planet.
Maybe there's more than one.
You know what I mean? And
Maybe
that's why they
there's
hadn't seen it for
ghosts.
generations because they couldn't access it or it couldn't access them.
Yeah.
The whole hollow Earth theory.
Yeah. I get what you're saying.
Maybe it doesn't really exist.
Maybe it was just a figment of her imagination.
Right.
Maybe she took
She's
death sticks right before
schizo.
she jumped in.
Yeah, she was
Regardless,
high as a
I'm
kite.
gonna stick with my opinion that he did see it.
I'm sticking with that one too.
And,
Really?
And she's playing him,
Yep.
but
And-
he's playing her knowing that she's playing him.
Yeah.
That's a lot of
that's
playing.
Like some
And they're
4D
playing
chess
each
going
other.
on right
and
now.
and then they
That's
are.
not a good start to a
That's
relationship.
correct.
No.
This is Mandalorians are complicated
You can't-
people.
You can't
right?
build a relationship on lies. I don't think he saw it, and I think that she's gonna open up to him,
Yeah.
and that's gonna build their
She'll
relationship.
open up
further.
to him, and either he's gonna say "I know" or "Whoa."
He's gonna be like, "Yeah, I know, I saw it. Grogu told me."
How would? Well, I guess Grogu could.
Grogu
read
could
her
sense
mind?
it.
Grogu.
Hello?
Grogu.
Yeah.
Grogu tamed it to not kill him.
Yeah.
I think.
Him and Grogu go way back.
Yeah, the
They're
Mythosaur and
boys.
Grogu are
Yeah.
best buds.
Is the Mythosaur force sensitive? I know there were comments about that. People
Ooh.
say no.
I don't know.
I don't think
I
so.
don't think it
I ain't
is.
know nothing.
You know, because there was people talking like, did his Din's like belief in the
Right.
creed like affect the Mythosaur or
Right,
you know
yeah,
add
yeah.
some kind of mystic through the Force or some type of thing? You know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I
Or
could
maybe
see
bringing
that.
Grogu there, like all of a sudden, like the Mythosaur was like
Yeah, he could
could
sense another
sense
being.
something.
Well,
There's
Force
no.
sensitive being.
I don't think
Okay.
there's. Is there any extra stuff on that in Legends?
It's not really when it comes to like you're kind of almost saying it's like a spiritual thing. Like the Mythosaur sensed like
Yeah.
the
Force sensitive.
yeah, but
Literally, where have you been for the past
Din
10,
is
10
not force
seconds?
sensitive, is what I'm saying.
No,
No,
no, Grogu.
but
I know Grogu
through
but-
Grogu is what I'm.
Okay,
saying.
I guess I
Grogu.
could kind of see through Grogu, but
I
that
don't know,
seems
yeah.
like maybe. I mean,
It
you never
could
know.
be
It
a
could
long
he could be
shot.
a little force sensitive. Grogu could have sensed it, but it didn't. They didn't really lean that way. I don't think they really showed us anything in the episode that
no,
would
no,
have
no.
No,
like led us to
This
believe.
is all speculation.
No, I get it. I'm not against it. I'm just.
but it's
He
interesting.
hates
I almost
it.
thought that like it was his devout like
Belief.
belief.
Yeah.
I almost like that spiritual side of it
Okay.
more than I like the Grogu force side of it. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Picking up on laying down.
You picking up on now?
Yeah.
Oh,
Railroad
oh.
tracks.
Yeah, but that's interesting because and we know that Grogu, and I understand why you guys are saying that because Grogu and the not Tauntaun.
Mythosaur.
The Tauntaun.
No, Grogu and the Rancor.
Tell me.
They bonded, so we know that
Best Buds.
Grogu has that force ability.
Yeah.
Right.
So, and that
Yes,
might
yes.
come back with whenever we meet the Mythosaur again. Which, mark my words, we will meet
Mando
the
be the
Mythosaur
riding.
again.
All right. Will
This
Mando be
season.
riding it?
He'd
Or
be
will
riding
Bo-Katan
it.
That
be
is
riding
the
it?
question.
Together they ride to the wedding.
He tamed
Yeah.
the blurg to ride to the
tamed the
wedding. That's
blurg.
the getaway vehicle from the wedding.
Right.
But he tamed the blurg thanks to what's his
Queel.
name?
Queel.
Yeah.
I like how they teased that up. That was season
Phased
1,
it up.
and they teased
Your
Mando
people-
riding.
Yeah.
That makes it seem like
Your
he's
people
he's
tamed
gonna
the
have to ride
mythosaur.
it.
Yeah.
because Kuil said that in season 1. Now there has to be the payoff
Yep.
of Din Djarin riding a mythosaur. It's gonna happen.
At least
my
one
words.
Mandalorian riding a mythosaur.
It's gonna be him.
We have yet to see
Preferably
it.
No,
him.
I've decided it's him. And that
I've
is
spoken.
what's gonna happen.
He actually
have
talked
spoken. I've
to
spoken.
Jon Favreau. So
Yeah, right. Yo,
I got an in with Jon Favreau. Me and Favs go way back.
I don't think he'd appreciate
Me and
Favs.
Filoni's.
You know what?
Favs.
I think
Me and
I
Filoni
think, we're
Baloney.
best, I think we're best friends now. I don't think he appreciated that.
I don't think he appreciated
We
it.
used to be friends.
All right, let's continue. There's a lot more in
Yeah.
this episode. Give us some more pros and cons, spoilers talk. Is there some comments out there? We can hit some comments right now.
Yeah, there are.
Fact
So-
checker's got something. What do you got?
Go
Fact checker, give it to me.
Well, yeah, just your question about did Din see the mythosaur? I asked that in
Mythosaur.
the comments.
Mythosaur.
Mythosaur?
Sorry, mythosaur.
Mythosaur. That was terrible.
Anyway,
Sorry. Keep going.
Zaramoto said, I don't think he saw it, or maybe he doesn't remember seeing it due to oxygen loss.
Ooh,
yeah.
getting
Can't
all
be breathing
technical.
underwater.
Zarimoto.
Guy's
Yeah, yeah.
tripping.
Long time, man.
And Sin said, ditto, he didn't see, he was busy dying.
Yeah.
I like that.
Too busy drowning.
You don't got time to look.
BRB.
he ain't got time for that.
Ain't nobody got time for
Why
that.
didn't he pressurize his helmet?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Didn't
There
he
it is.
pressurize his helmet?
We
I don't. But
know.
no, he was coughing whenever he got out of the water.
So that would entail.
That's
he
what makes me
didn't.
think he passed out and he was drowning.
I just don't understand the
Tell
tech
us
and
more.
the lack of tech. I mean, like if you're gonna dip in the waters, like if you go to a
Well, I think that's what
10-foot
he
pool,
anticipated.
you know what I'm saying? Like I
Yeah.
guess like you could just sit in the
Maybe-
6-foot section and just like underwater. You don't have to like.
What?
You can.
I guess. I don't know.
no,
there
I
was-
see what you're saying.
He was so like blinded by.
That
Like,
and
I
he
got to do
didn't
this.
know
Yeah,
it
it was like, why did he go in so blindly
Or
though? Why
maybe-
take off your
Did he
jetpack
did
if
he
they
take his
work
jetpack
underwater?
Off? He took his
Yeah.
cloak off, his jetpack,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
He took everything off.
So
Not
his
everything.
clothes.
Even less
So
weight
then
than
he-
to sink down.
if he didn't pressurize, he was solely focused, then he probably was choking on agua. I
Maybe
mean, at
he
least
was-
the pressure
maybe-
was good, right? But if any water's getting up
I
in
don't
here
know.
at 300 feet or whatever the
Yeah.
science says,
Wouldn't his helmet shoot
he,
off?
he
Yeah.
might implode, or they might have some
Them are
the bends
suction
where he
cups.
comes out. And he's
Yeah,
like,
he would have the
the
bends
bends.
for
'Cause
sure.
you can
I
go
thought that was
down.
only from when you go up too fast.
Which
it
he
is,
d-
which,
which
he
he
did.
But
did.
he
He
changed
probably did
pressures
go up
going
too
down
fast.
Yeah,
so fast.
He did.
Oh, that's true,
Both
yeah.
ways would be bad.
It would be bad.
Very bad.
Probably
So-
be dead.
So the science of him not having a pressurized helmet, which let water in, but it's pressurized enough so that his head didn't blow up,
Yeah.
is fascinating to me as
Right. Didn't implode.
whatever I am.
Yeah.
Please tell us.
But on that bombshell,
Whatever I am.
What are you?
Are
on
you a
that
human?
bombshell,
Tell us.
Sin did say, "I hope Din rides the mythosaur, but I can't help
Yes.
but feel like he
Dang
won't."
straight.
He said he feels like he won't.
What?
Negative
so-
Nancy
So you,
over
you,
here.
you come
And
with
then he
me
s-
and then you backstab me.
Yeah. You build me up and then you turn me down.
Turn me down. Come on. No,
It's
that's
okay,
fine.
but he said Bo hit it for a reason. She wants
Yeah.
to claim the throne.
yeah.
And then he said earlier, Bo wants. I don't see a romance blooming. I see Bo Katan getting ready to exploit the Mandalorian culture once again. That little shyster.
Yep.
So,
Wow. Okay.
Who hurt
I mean,
you?
I could. Yeah.
Who hurt
What's your
you?
damage?
she
Dude,
yeah.
I'm
she's
saying I
twisted.
think
Yeah.
I see where you're coming from,
And
but
she could do that.
I think she's learning from her mistakes. She's already done that kind of stuff.
maybe.
could
Maybe
be
and
that's.
I think that it's gonna be a relationship.
Yeah. Maybe that's what
Go
she's
ahead,
going
go.
to
You
do
go.
right now. But then, she keeps building up that relationship. Oh, thank you. Thank you, guys. Yeah. Send me your energy. Woo. She keeps building up that relationship, and then she realizes that she doesn't want to do that anymore.
Oh, so
She's
like,
leading
yeah.
him on. She's leading him on.
No.
Oh no, your other way
Like
around.
she wants the throne
Yeah,
now,
but
later
realizes
on she's like,
How in love
yeah,
she is.
I don't need the throne if I got
Yeah.
you.
If I got
Yeah,
you,
that's kind of what I'm saying. That's
Yeah.
the direction
you are
I'm
my
leaning.
throne.
You oh.
Okay, let's stop there.
All right, let's move on.
No, I think it's that way. I think she's
Yeah.
keeping it back of her head, like I'm gonna be the ruler of Mandalore. But I
Yeah.
think that Din's, faith and belief in the Mandalorians and the way that he is going to
I think
be able
they're
to
gonna like
unite
him
everybody.
more than her.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
think she's gonna have to realize that she needs to take a back seat and work with him together.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
the only way that they can rule.
This is the way.
Yeah,
This is the way.
Mandalore, and that might actually be a better way moving forward instead of just one leader, two. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because it was always
And then they
It's
turn
always
into
it
Sith.
seems
Sith.
to be
yeah,
failing.
the rule of two.
dose.
And then they just end up.
But it's through
exterminating each other.
marriage
I'm-
and not.
I'm just saying it would be so much. Okay, it would be so much more satisfying if instead of him being backstabbed by Bo Katan, I mean, yeah, that would make for good TV. Okay, but
But we've seen it time.
we've
and time
seen it
again.
time and time again.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, wouldn't it be so much more satisfying at the end? She's like, it's Anakin and Obi-Wan, and instead of Anakin trying to take the high ground, he just gives in, and then they, he goes back and he's like, you know what? I'm wrong. You're right. We need to work together.
Yeah.
That how much more satisfying, and then they get married and they ride off into the sunset on a mythosaur,
Yeah.
and we live happily ever after, and we can actually finally have a good happy ending to his story. Okay,
Yeah. But to
I just want to have
to clarify, he's talking about Bo and Din, not Anakin and.
No,
Yeah.
no,
That story's already taken
that
place.
was gone.
that one's done.
Sorry. No, but yeah, seriously, wouldn't that be
Yeah.
more satisfying?
It would
Come
be.
on,
It'd be great.
It harkens
Come on
back
now.
to classic Star Wars.
Yeah.
Happy endings,
Right,
man.
where
Happy
Han got the girl, is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
And Luke got what he thought was the girl, but it was his sister.
Oh. Awkward.
Come on
And-
and kiss the girl.
It's just
That
Nope.
only happens in Alabama.
Something's
normally.
wrong here.
There's something wrong.
I mean, it's just crazy.
All right, sorry. We went off on that tangent for a
Yeah.
long time.
No,
Let's
but that goes directly out of what we've been talking about
Yeah.
on everybody on the videos we've been writing.
Yep.
Right? How they're going to be united, if they are going to unite, if they are going to part ways, and how that looks. Because the Mandalorians are so complicated. And then
are.
obviously we're going to go back to it because the convert part of it there at the end.
yes, and
You're
that
like,
was interesting.
What?
That was the
Yeah, we
title
can-
of the
let's
show.
just touch upon the end.
Yeah, do it.
Let's touch it.
It's just the good parts of this episode.
Yeah, we're kind of staying away from the other
Yeah.
parts, but we're
No,
going to talk about it.
Scared
Yeah.
to touch it.
Well,
No, but what do you think? So he takes her
Yeah.
there because they need a place to lay low or whatever, get away from that whatever that Imperial faction was that was
Yeah.
chasing them.
The ending, yeah.
which we think is the big bad. The
You
Imperial faction.
Oh yeah, because they kept saying it in the beginning.
yeah.
She was. He said. He said. She said. She said. No.
Oh
That.
my gosh. Say your words, man.
Say your words. No, that there was too many of it just to be because they said it was
An
an Imperial
Imperial-
remnant, right?
No, Imperial warlord.
Warlord. Yeah.
Yeah.
They said it was more than an Imperial warlord would have, and
Yeah.
I feel like that whole time
Churches.
they're hinting at Thrawn.
Thrawn.
It's gonna be Thrawn,
They
baby.
bomb her home on that one planet. That
and
we
that
don't
was
know
a
the name of.
strategic move, dude.
Yeah,
like,
that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Thrawn sacrificed the pawn, which was
Yep.
that first
Wave.
squad of
yeah.
TIE interceptors
To lure them
To
into
lure
a
them-
false sense of security.
back to her home, which she knew. He knew that she would be mad about it, so she chased the bombers,
Yeah.
and then he trapped her with, more interceptors, like 3 times as many.
Yeah, 3 times as many. That was definitely like the
that was
one
a
thing-
chess move.
Yeah, the
for
one,
sure.
Yeah, and the one thing that Thrawn is good about is
Chess.
he's playing chess while everybody else is playing checkers, but he's also in the books. He is very much about
He's a-
strategical
yeah.
maneuvers when
He's
it
a
comes to
tactician.
flying. Yeah, tactician for ships and stuff like that.
Yep.
And he comes up with all his own like styles of attack that blow everybody else away.
Literally.
And that's literally. And that was one of those moves. And there were so many TIE interceptors that I think it was him.
well, yeah. I mean, where else would you get all those TIE interceptors?
I don't know.
Like literally, I don't think there's that many in the sector.
Unless it's Moff Gideon again. Because they
He's
did
with
touch.
the-
they
he's with
touched
the
upon
Republic,
it.
The New Republic.
That's
He's
a
in
lot
prison.
of ships to have, but
Okay.
he could.
Yeah.
He's in
Unless-
prison.
No,
Unless-
they touched upon it though. Remember they said in the middle part they said
He got away.
he got away.
Or they think
No,
he got
they were
away.
speculating what happened.
Well,
to
they
him.
said it was the cover story was that he got away, but they actually mind flared his mind. Isn't that what they said?
Yeah, something
Something
like
like
that.
They used.
I
them-
think they were speculating what happened with him. I don't
But-
think we know.
But
exactly
basically, they
what
were saying
happened.
though that he got away, that they didn't,
Got
that
away.
he escaped before the New Republic Tribunal, or whatever it was called.
Maybe he was already executed. Who knows?
Public executions.
More public execution.
We need him.
Yeah.
He
What do you
likes
guys
those.
think about that? You think it's Thrawn?
I think it's interesting. I think there's a lot of meat
Yeah.
and potatoes in the first 5-10 minutes and the last 5-10 minutes. So much
Meat and potatoes.
that, like I said, we could make endless videos on speculation because was it Thrawn that was sending who was it? They thought they knew, and then all of a sudden, it was really cool how they did it. Den on his little thing here says,
good? Yep.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I just
Din
had to take a
showed
drink.
on his little screen, right? That showed
Yeah.
all the
Yeah.
ships showing up, and because they used was that the same screen that Grogu used last week, where he was following the mech, astromech, and it was like bing, bing.
Yeah,
Remember he was
yeah.
going down in the mines.
It was on there when Din was looking at it. And
Yeah,
then
yeah,
it
yeah.
disappeared, and he
With-
was like, "Oh, I'll be right back."
Right. So I like his little sonar thing that
Yeah.
he's got. Feels like
Boom.
I don't know,
It's pretty
ship.
advanced.
It makes
in
sense
the water.
as like a military, use.
Right, you
as a
gotta need
military
it. You
use,
gotta
it's
have it.
familiar to us, but also in Star Wars, it's really cool to see that, like
Yeah.
the radar going on. It shows you ships that are too far out that you can't see, but
Yeah.
they're close enough for radar to detect. So,
Yep.
yeah,
Right.
that
I
was
think
really cool.
It could be cool if it was Thrawn. It'd be fine if it was Moff Gideon. We want it to be Thrawn
It's
because we
Thrawn,
already
baby.
saw
I
space
think
whales.
it's too early to be Moff Gideon.
It's
Yeah.
Thrawn, baby.
yeah.
It's gotta,
Gotta be, man.
It's gotta be
Who
that.
else? Who else has
Thrawn.
that many ships?
Yeah. Exactly.
At-
That's
in
why I
this
said
time
I
era?
think it's
Yeah,
too early to
You're
be
so
Moff
right.
Gideon.
Yeah, I
He doesn't
agree.
have anything.
You're so right.
So
You're
we got
so right.
We do have a comment
Jeez.
on that.
Yeah.
And Sio Simpson is excited that we brought it up. He said, "Darn it, I didn't even think of Thrawn. Y'all are cooking."
Right?
Yeah, dude.
We are.
So,
Cooking
and
with
then he said, "I bet it is
peanut oil."
Thrawn. Perfect setup for the upcoming Ahsoka show."
Yeah,
as
right?
well.
It's
Bring
all
it.
tied
Exactly.
together.
That's what we be saying.
Space whales.
Space whales!
Space-
Saw
yeah,
the
they showed the
whales.
space-
Purgle. Purgle.
Purgle.
Purgle.
It's
So-
happening.
I don't know.
It's happening. And I'm
There's
so
much.
excited.
There's so much meat there. I mean,
Yeah.
So much
was it
meat.
Thrawn that was attacking them? Just blew up the snot out of her stuff.
Yeah,
And that was clearly an emotional thing for her because that was like her family. She knew those paths to fly through to get away. And he's like,
Right.
she's like, go right. And, he's giving her, or she's
right, I'll
giving him
meet you.
maneuvers and stuff. And I don't know. It
I did
was-
like how he saved her though.
Yep.
That back, so that was kind of
Yeah.
nice
And
because
then
the
she was like-
previous episode she saved him twice.
She was like,
Right.
nice shooting.
Yeah.
But to your point though, Dan,
Nice
the
shooting.
original
Fix.
ships that showed up lured her away from the house.
Yeah.
I mean, it got them to their house where they thought they were safe, and then they lured them away from the house.
Yep.
And then Thrawn blows it up, which triggers an emotional response because Thrawn is all about like confusing in his tactics with his enemies
Yeah.
to lure her into a rage to try and attack those bombers and then be completely surrounded
Yep.
and destroyed.
Leads
was
her
trying to
right
take
into
her
a
out.
trap.
And
It's got to be Thrawn.
So
it's gotta
is-
be
so-
Thrawn.
And Mando helped her out there.
They just left Mandalore.
Yep.
And then they were in the air or in space. And
Yep.
it was
Heading back.
between, just heading back, somewhere in between there. So does that mean that Thrawn is watching Mandalore?
it very well
Maybe.
could be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or he has eyes on that planet? Or he's been following Bo for a while with a couple of fleets or something? Or he's
Yeah.
following Din now because of Grogu? You know, this is, how are they getting tracked is the question.
That is a very good
Because
question.
just randomly to be shot up in the middle of space and then,
Yeah.
Yeah, that does
didn't-
ask a bigger question. Why were they there?
and then so he's like, oh, we gotta, maybe they just happen to have some people flying around. They saw that ship and he's like, whoa, this is a Mandalorian ship. It looks familiar. We've seen it because didn't they see that in the end of episode 2 or season 2?
Yeah.
That ship that she was flying.
Did she bring that one?
Yeah, she flew
Yeah.
that ship in season 2.
So if Moff Gideon saw it, then he could be like, okay, we identify that as Bo Katan.
Right.
That Mandalorian could be there, maybe not, but I don't know. And then Thrawn gets word. Then he flies over. He's like, all right, this is what we're gonna do now. We're gonna blow up her home. We're gonna get her distracted, and we're gonna try and
Yeah. Take her out.
I don't know. I mean,
And
he's
maybe
smart.
it's only because they went to Mandalore.
Yeah. They
'Cause
knew.
Thrawn knows that without them going to Mandalore, that Mandalore's
It's
disbanded.
Considered poisoned.
It's
and-
not
poison.
like the Mandalorians
Or
they're
the
disbanded.
word?
They're not a
Mhm.
force to be reckoned
Well,
with.
and she knew, or
to-
Moff Gideon knew that she was going back to Mandalore.
Did he?
I think so.
Also,
In
Because
season,
remember, Din was
Yeah.
going to give her the dark saber, and
So
he
that
was
would've-
like, "Oh, you can't just do that.
Right.
You got to win it from you in combat."
so he could have given word to Thrawn.
Yeah,
and
what I'm
that's why
saying.
Thrawn is there.
and that's why
make
there was
sure.
a ship in the area and a bunch of TIE
Yeah.
interceptors.
Yeah.
It's all coming together, folks.
Yeah, seriously.
And Siosen said Thrawn has ties to Sabine. Maybe that's why
Yeah.
he's around Mandalore.
Definitely because
100%.
well, and
Facts.
Ezra, we're not sure about Ezra, and obviously we saw Ahsoka in the last series, and she specifically asked for Thrawn. I mean,
Yep.
in the last season. I'm sorry.
Well, she didn't say Thrawn, but she
No,
said,
she did. She
She
said,
said, "Where's
Thrawn.
Grand
That's
Admiral
right.
Thrawn?"
She said,
Right.
"Where is Grand Admiral Thrawn?"
Then it's a done deal.
It's a done
It
deal.
is. It's
Thrawn,
got to be
baby.
him.
we got him on
Dude,
lockdown.
I
and
just
then they're gonna end this season with Thrawn, and then it's
He's
going to set up the
step out.
Ahsoka.
Yeah, it's gonna set up
season.
Ahsoka.
And if we get the love ending that we've been always wanting, then
Yes.
they can adopt Grogu because he
Yep.
chose not
Yep.
to go with Luke.
Yep.
But
And
then,
he can even unite the Force wielders
yeah.
With
and
the
the
Mandalorians.
Mandalorians.
Mandalorian Jedi again?
Yeah, man.
Sound familiar, Dustin? Does
Sounds
it sound
familiar.
familiar?
Dude, we did that in our fan film.
Right.
Are they taking our fan films?
Right.
What in the heck?
Well, we never finished it. So
Yeah.
Oh shoot!
We never
Well, we
should've
finished
finished.
the third
This
one,
is the
but-
finish.
This is the finish.
This is what you guys wrote.
Well, we
You
can
didn't
play
even know
into
it.
this
did it.
timeline. We can play into this time because
we
what
did
ship?
play into this time.
What ship were we flying into the beginning of Preservation? Remember that?
It was the
Arc 170,
Arc 170. Yeah.
which was from the prequels,
That's
and
tech-
here he is flying a.
Except you're
Yeah.
right.
just
And
saying.
one,
And
yeah.
we said that it was after the Empire, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
They're taking your ideas, man.
Seriously.
We
'Cause
should
he's
never
flying-
have
flying
done that.
N1. He's flying the
We're-
prequel ship after.
We're just flattering ourselves. It's not true, but
No.
it's interesting.
It is interesting how similar some of our
Cara
content
Dune,
Yeah, what was your guys' name?
Yara Rune
I mean, there's
was
no joke.
literally the name
That's
that I
just-
came
I'm
up
just
with.
saying.
I
You know,
think there's too much
when
of a
Favreau's
coincidence here.
Bit coincidency.
Coincidental.
Uh,
That's the
Coinky
word.
dink.
Coinkydink.
it gets us, you know.
It,
Keeps us
it
up
just,
at night.
I feel like it's definitely a coincidence, but at the same time, it just feels feels
Yeah.
like we have such a pulse on
Yeah.
Star
Well,
Wars.
yeah,
that,
it's
like
either
A,
that
they
or
should
that.
hire us. B, why haven't they yet?
Yeah. And C, they owe us money.
They owe me money. Copyright. No, it's their IP. So even if there's no
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's get into anything else we want to talk about the end of that because it was interesting because we kind of started. That's where we started. We got to wrap this up here soon because we got to move on.
The end of it.
But we got a lot to go through still. The end was interesting. She
Yep.
never took off her helmet.
Yeah.
Then
Which
she
it
has
makes
been redeemed.
sense in the sense that, she was flying. Obviously, she's going to wear a helmet. There's no reason not to wear her helmet. Did she not wear her helmet last time she was flying?
Yeah, she took it off
Yeah,
with
no.
Grogu. She had it off
She
pretty
didn't
much
put
the
her
whole
helmet
time.
on until they went to the living water, and she had to
Right.
dive in pretty much. I'm pretty
Well,
sure.
no, she put it on for fighting those dudes.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
and
other
stuff
than
like
that.
But
I
yeah,
mean,
but most of the time
But
she
yeah,
had it off.
it was an interesting choice that she didn't take her helmet off after she saved him.
I feel like she did that on purpose.
Yeah.
well, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like that's what I'm
What
saying.
do you
Like
think her game is?
that's I feel like he has definitely influenced her. He's
Yeah.
the soft, quiet, but strong
Strong
leader
silent type.
that she can get behind because of
Yeah.
how much faith he has and how
But-
much.
Do you think they're going to keep the whole you can't ever take off your helmet?
I don't
I-
know. I hope not.
Or
kinda
maybe
hope not.
whoever rides the mythosaur can make the rules?
Yeah, I feel like it might end up being like that.
Yeah.
Well, and he
They're like, we don't need to do that.
and she
anymore.
might be the boost for him
Right.
to teach him how to use the dark saber.
Need-
And she might be the encouragement that he needs to
Mhm.
lead Mandalore. Like that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They need each other
Right.
because she needs something to follow and to believe in.
Yep.
He needs someone to believe in him and to show him the way,
The way.
The
um,
way.
and for him to build his confidence.
Yep.
To be able to do that, which is something that she has done.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm
Look,
just
all
saying.
I'm saying, I've
Sorry,
never
keep
seen a
going.
Mandalorian wedding before, so
wanna
it'd be
see
nice.
that.
It'd be nice to see one.
Yeah. I like how much we're getting of
Yeah.
Mandalore.
Yeah.
I just want to keep
Getting.
going into.
It
I
was
don't care about this
Favreau-
other stuff almost.
Favreau told
Except
us
for
we're
Thrawn,
going into Mandalore, so
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we're going
Well, he done
diving
be
into.
telling the truth.
And then what was I going to say? I don't remember, but forget about it.
Apostate.
Already
Yeah, so
forgot.
yeah. Since she went into the living waters of Mandalore,
Mm-hmm.
also, and never took her helmet off, she's redeemed
She has
Yeah,
been
by the
that's-
creed too.
and is
you
welcome
think
back
she-
with open arms.
See, I don't know, like,
Yeah,
is
that
she gonna
was
keep her
easy.
helmet
that
on,
was crazy.
or is she gonna take it off again? Also, if they make mistakes, couldn't they just be like, "Dang it, took my helmet off again"?
Right?
Let's go right back in the water.
I guess if they lived on Mandalore, they could.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which
now
you
it's not
could,
that
'cause-
big a deal, right?
Yeah,
Or is
Which
it a
you-
one-time get out of jail free card?
I don't know.
No, I think it's you always have to go back to that
Yeah.
specific spot. Like you
Yeah.
can't just like dunk your head in that pool that she just dumped the living waters
Dunk.
into.
Are there other things?
Good.
Are there, are there other sins?
You've not been baptized.
Are there other sins other than taking off your helmet that could make you an apostate, and to which you'd have to go to the?
I don't know. They haven't said.
Yeah, I don't
That's
know.
the only thing literally they've said
Yeah.
about.
See, that's
Well,
why
and to
I'm
walk
wondering.
the way of the Mandalore. I don't know if there's other things about walking the way of the Mandalore.
Like you're not
Yeah.
allowed to get married like this, like the Jedi.
right?
no,
or
that's
we've-
because the Mandalores are almost opposite. Their
no,
attachment
yeah, but
is what.
no.
We've
See, I think they just do it through foundlings. I think that's how they grow their numbers. I don't think they,
What do you mean?
make babies.
Oh, you don't think that they just adopt?
Yeah.
Right?
This particular faction is what
Yeah,
you're saying. Yeah,
Death
yeah,
Watch.
it's prob-
I don't know. I think they make babies.
They're-
I don't know, man.
A baby has bound to been made.
you can't even
Bound to been made.
I don't want to go there.
Yeah,
You
we
can't
could
even
go down.
see who's.
Yeah, exactly.
That's like-
You don't know what's
Oh,
under that
Boy,
helmet.
the helmet
did say-
design is very flirtatious.
They,
Yeah, right.
They did just say that
She's
you-
making eyes at me.
You're an
That's a
apostate
visor.
only if you take off your helmet. They didn't say any of the other armor.
Right,
Just
yeah.
saying.
How did they sleep? Like, could you imagine
Well, he-
sleeping in
so-
armor
water.
all the time?
So he did take it off,
but
and it was huge. Oh, also IG-88 or IG-11 said he took it off for IG-11 because it's no mortal being or no living being. He was a
Yeah.
robot.
so they can take it
So
off.
He can take it off for that.
Your
No,
helmet or
but
your...
see, that doesn't make sense.
Well,
If they can't take their helmet off, why would it matter if they took their helmet off and nobody saw them?
I think it's
You
just
see what I'm getting at, though?
I
It's
understand.
it's a loophole
It's honor.
kinda. I mean,
because he took it off in what episode was that? Was
'Cause
that
he
season
could've
2?
lied. No one saw
That
it.
was
was-
season 1.
that was the
by
end of season
himself.
1 where he took it off in front of IG-11.
No. The
No.
one
The
He was in
end
the
of
hut
season
with-
2 is
yeah.
whenever he
No.
took it off for.
I'm talking about when
Grogu.
he was on that forest planet.
Yeah, with
Season
Cara.
one.
That's season 1,
Cara Dune,
episode
yeah.
4.
when he met Cara Dune, or,
Yeah.
or after that.
He
To
took
be
it off
specific.
then.
Did
Yeah,
that
but
chick
nobody
see
saw him
her?
take it off.
Did the chick see her from the back, from behind?
No, nobody saw him.
Nobody
That was
saw
just
him.
the camera.
Yeah, it was
Oh,
the camera.
okay.
It shows them.
We
and
thought she was
puts his
creeping on
helmet
him.
down.
though.
Yeah, we did,
Yeah.
but she wasn't. I don't think.
But they kind of had a thing going.
Yeah, see,
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like there's a loophole with that. It's like, no, you can't remove your helmet, but you can if you're not with anyone. Like, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, well, it's just because nobody can see your face. I think it's
she literally asks him, "Have you ever removed your helmet?"
yeah, and he says yes.
Right, but he hasn't
Because
done it in front of anyone.
He did it in front of Grogu.
Oh.
Well, and that's what has your helmet ever been removed? So if it's anyone removed your helmet without you wanting them to.
Yeah, but she
was
also
one.
asked him, "How
then-
have you ever removed
Yeah,
your
have you
helmet?"
ever? And then he did, and he admitted that, and he said he did so willingly, which that is what really made him an apostate. So if he would have removed his helmet and shown his face, that is what makes you an apostate. If you knowingly you're gonna, but if you remove your helmet and nobody sees your
'Cause it's like-
face,
yeah, it's a conscious decision
Then-
to
So
sin
only
or
reason
whatever.
he had to go to the living waters because he removed his helmet in front of Grogu.
and
he was
a
will-
bunch of
he
other people,
willingly
and
did
he
it.
willingly did it.
Right.
That's the only reason.
Also, I just thought of something hilarious. Like,
What
so-
if they threw up in a pressurized helmet? That's what I thought of.
Ooh.
What if he
That'd
needed?
be gross.
What if he
That'd be
needed
gross.
like CPR because he
Curious.
was,
Right?
you just
put
let
the
him,
breathing
let him
tube
die.
down there.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's why I thought it was hilarious. Like, what if, like, can you imagine, like, young, like, boy Mandalorians and young girl Mandalorians, and then, like, the girl Mandalorian has to, like, lift up her helmet a little bit to, like, take a drink. He's like, I saw her chin.
I saw her chin.
You know what I mean?
that chin.
Yeah.
Like the ankle thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
That
I saw her
ankle.
ankles.
Yeah.
It's like
So
that kind of thing.
yes,
I saw
there's
her
not a lot of
chin.
skin showing in the Mandalorian world.
I saw her mustache.
I saw her mustache. I realized then
Yeah.
that
It
she
might have
was
been a dude.
Oh no!
Snap.
no.
Sayo Sin said they take off the helmet just not in front of people.
Yeah, that makes sense. I get what you're
So-
saying, but I
See,
think it is.
it's a loophole for
It's
me.
a loophole.
It doesn't make sense. Has anyone ever removed your helmet? Yeah, I see it because it's somebody else removing your helmet.
Emotionally
Have you ever
or
removed
physically.
your helmet?
Emotionally
yes, I
or
have.
physically.
When nobody was around. Oh yeah, you're good then. Like that's flimsy to me.
I get it. I think it's also just so like because they're mysterious beings, type thing.
Mysterious.
They don't want to be like tracked through the galaxy. So like
I guess
wearing a mask
it's
or
just
a
kind of a
helmet.
dumb rule.
It's funny
I get it.
because
Yeah.
then you could have a stunt double.
Yeah,
You're like,
Yeah,
I'm
that
gonna
wasn't
go
me.
party
There's
in
three
the
people.
temple.
he removed his helmet.
No, I'm
but he
saying
was-
like you're like when you like people sneak out of the house in movies and they put the pillows under the thing.
Yeah,
Like you could have somebody like put your costume on and like walk around,
yeah.
and then like
You could
you're
be at
out
home
partying
sleeping.
in Coruscant with the people or whatever,
Yeah.
taking your helmet off, going around, and then. But again, I think if you do that, that's why this sect is so small because these people are passionate about that, and they're never going to take their helmets
Also,
off.
it's Death Watch, right?
No,
No, they're not technically Death Watch.
they're
I don't
not
think.
Death Watch from what I was researching.
It's the Watch though.
I think
The
I don't even know if they're
think
called
they're
the Watch.
I don't know what the name of their.
Well, that's what
set
she
is.
says in Bo Katan
Mandalorians.
tells him in season 2. You're
Oh,
a child of the
Child
Watch.
of the Watch.
Child of the
Yeah.
Watch. I don't
Death
think they're
Watch.
Death Watch.
I think it
directly.
is.
But he
Maybe.
was rescued by Death Watch.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And that's how he became a.
But see, wasn't it in Clone Wars? We saw Death Watch.
Yeah,
They were
Yeah.
taking their helmets off.
That's
So what
true.
gives?
true. I
That's
don't
what
know.
I'm
I
saying.
don't
This
know
is
why.
a subsect of
Yeah,
the
I think
Watch.
it's just a more
Children of the Watch,
zealot
they're-
sect.
the ultimate zealots, and then Death Watch came out of that. I guess they took their helmets off and they had
Yeah.
nothing to lose, so they went kamikaze and they just started taking.
I got to
out.
figure out the timelines here.
Yeah, there's a lot going on.
There's a
all
lot.
the
There's
all
a lot.
the sections of Mandalorians.
Yeah, there's so much
yeah.
to it. That's what's so fascinating. That's
It
what
says the
we can talk about it for-
mindset. Sin said the mindset is basically that people can't see you as a person, only a warrior.
Ah, yeah,
Okay.
that's a good point.
So
Yeah.
you're just
But
a warrior.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So they can remove their helmets when they go to sleep.
I would, yeah, that would
If they're
make
by
sense.
themselves.
Yeah,
By
if they're by
themselves,
themselves.
yeah.
Alone.
And take a shower,
you-
wash your hair. you
Yeah,
know.
gosh.
But
Can
you gotta
imagine that
Wait, you
smell?
got to cut your own hair.
Can you
Right.
can you not even remove it in front of other Mandalorians?
No,
No.
That's dumb.
because they won't see you as
The
a
funny
warrior.
thing
They'll
is
see you as
that
a human being.
When
Yeah,
they
but that's different. It's your culture. It's your Mandalorian
Yeah, but they don't
culture.
like that. They don't want to see your face.
I don't want to see
Who
your
wants,
face.
Who wants to see
Put
your
the
face,
helmet
man?
on.
Yeah. Okay.
Wow.
Okay, so that explains
This
the
is
first
the way.
first episode of this season when that kid is becoming a Mandalorian because he
Right.
has hair, and I was like, "How's he supposed to cut his hair?"
Yeah,
and he's like, "Oh, you just do it when nobody's around."
But you do it yourself, and it don't matter.
Yeah.
we
Ugh.
definitely need
I
John
missed a- I
Favreau
missed
to
a spot.
answer these
Yeah,
questions.
Yeah, there's a lot
Yeah.
of questions. I know. I would love to
Fresh
just sit
cut.
down with John Favreau and like pick
or
his brain. to
Filoni.
be- or
Favreau and
Filoni.
Filoni knows all.
And be
of it.
like, all right, what? Okay, there's a lot of things going on here. We need
let you do
answers.
that.
You know?
Yeah.
Because you know, as fans, we're gonna go deep into this stuff. And we
Here
gotta
we
know.
are.
We gotta know the answers.
My question to you guys is: Bo Katan. They said you're part of us now,
Yeah.
and
Yep,
then,
yep.
but then she said, but you can leave at any time. Did
Right.
she say that?
Yeah, she did.
Yep.
So it's like, so she could have like right then taken her helmet off and be like, I'm out. You know,
I
but
don't know
but
if
she
they would
didn't.
have
She
liked
stayed.
that.
They would. That
It-
would have been disrespectful.
it
to
would have
them,
been
and they might have
disrespectful.
slapped her around a little bit.
Yeah, they'd have been like, "Get out of my house."
They would have. They would have been disgraceful to Din.
Get
Like, how dare you
out
bring her
of
hair after she was bathed and then she?
Yeah.
But
You're in a
like, Din's
apostate
like,
again. Go
but-
wash up again.
Din's like, I
Dang-
can't control
Din's
her.
like, "Dang it,
Dang it,
again, freaking again."
again.
Yeah, I think it was more of the fact that like it was almost like an olive branch in some ways because the armor knows, you know,
Yeah, and see, she knows who she is.
Bo Katan.
She
And she
knows
said
who
a
she be.
cautionary tale before. Bo
Yeah.
Katan was a cautionary tale, but she understood that she just went through the same thing Din did to redeem herself, and she hadn't removed her helmet. So by creed
law.
or by the
Clearly
law,
by
she
law. They're
she
married.
had to extend. Yeah, they're married. She had to extend that olive branch to her and tell her,
Yeah.
look, you did everything you were supposed to, and you have not removed
Yeah,
your helmet.
Then by creed.
By creed,
Yeah.
you are a Mandalorian again.
By golly.
By golly.
But I think what she was saying was, we also understand that you might not believe 100% what we believe in.
Yeah.
So as long as you're here with us, following the
You
creed,
have to keep your helmet on.
you can stay with us, you know, and follow. But if you want to leave, you are free to leave. It's not like she can't leave. You know, it's not like they're a dictator type thing with
Yeah.
that. So I think that's more of what she was saying, which was interesting.
Which is nice.
And it leaves it like
No
a question.
dictatorship.
So it could go a lot of different ways, and that's why I find it very fascinating the way they handled it with the relationship between Din, the armor, Bo. She's got choices to make. She knows about the mythosaur. I don't think Din does.
Dinbo.
Din
does.
And is she going to share that information? Is she not? Is she going to try and claim Mandalore herself by using the
She
Mythosaur.
claims Mandalore by proxy.
Is she going to challenge Din to a one-on-one
duel?
combat to get
Is he gonna have to kill her?
Oh, that would be
That'd be
brutal,
rough.
dude.
That'd be super rough.
Obi-Wan shows
Or
up.
she kills him.
That would be in front of Grogu.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
kills
and then
Grogu.
No, and then Grogu just goes ham and chokes her out. Like he did Cara Dune.
Yeah,
Bro,
Cara
one
Dune,
episode.
yeah. That was
No, she's a
crazy.
friend.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
Yeah.
All right, but we didn't even get into. We need to.
Yeah, like
Keep
we're
moving
gonna
on.
breeze right through the middle.
Yeah, let's
'cause
go through the middle. We gotta go through it.
It was there.
It follows Dr. Pershing again.
There's
He's
a
from-
few fun
Cool.
things.
It was
but-
cool to see Coruscant post
yeah.
Coruscant was nice.
post the Empire,
Yeah, post
which
Empire.
we haven't seen that. You know,
Right.
just how people act.
And like you
Yeah.
were saying,
Yeah.
the roundabout way you said it with the Nazism, the
That's what- yeah.
the amnesty program.
Yeah,
Like they were like, yeah, we did wrong, but now we'll support the Republic, so we're cool, I guess.
Yeah, and
cool,
the,
bro.
the way that I said they were
We
tying
cool.
it in with what happened after World War II.
Yeah.
Was some of the Nazi scientists came over and actually
And
worked
worked for
for
us.
the U.S. government because they were
Mhm.
they were smart people. They just were working for the wrong people.
Yeah.
So,
They
but
were
the
probably-
Nazis are actually the ones. There was a Nazi scientist who came over and actually helped develop the nuclear bomb.
Yep.
I mean, and helped get us to the moon.
Yeah.
There was a lot of different
What you
things.
do.
And those were Nazi scientists. So that's what it felt like in the beginning, especially with Dr. Pershing coming over from the Empire to the New
Yep.
Republic. It really echoed that.
Yeah.
And that's what I found interesting, and that it was cool that they were following that.
Yeah.
That's
And
what I
see,
meant.
See, it was good.
That's what
I just think they put way too much
Yeah.
fluff in it.
Well, and the problem is
It should have been serious
a
like
half
all the
hour
time.
long.
Well, and the
Like
pro-
there was a part where they went to a carnival thing, and I was like, "What is
that
this?"
was pointless.
That was
I was like,
kinda-
"Why are we watching this?" Like,
I
get
think
the-
it was all in an effort to gain his trust.
Yeah.
I get that.
But
Also,
you're
yeah,
right.
like she's obviously a double agent.
Yeah. you're
Well,
like,
they
just
played her.
Look
Like-
at her, dude. Like,
Yeah.
she. Look at
what
that
I-
girl, dude.
Look at that
She-
girl, dude.
Him is going to kill
She, him,
him.
shim.
The funny thing is, the moment that we
Here.
all were like, "He's dead," is when
Yeah.
like the doorbell rang and he walks to the door, and you're like, "This is it." He's
Yeah,
gone.
yeah. No, she's gonna kill him.
That was a
Right.
Dinbo doing a ding dong ditch.
That was a dinbo dong ditch.
Dinbo dong.
Wow.
Wow, there were so many words there.
Yeah, but
That
like it
was
was
a
just
tongue
it was
twister.
just so drawn out.
It was.
And it was
Yeah.
like,
They
what is
just-
the payoff for this?
They lingered.
They
Like
did.
certain scenes, especially, I'm just like, okay, yeah, we've seen this.
Yeah.
Like, especially I think one of the worst parts was just whenever like they got in the train
Yeah.
and they were sitting in the train. Okay, and like 5 minutes before this, or maybe 10, since
Yeah.
everything dragged on, he was flying through Coruscant
Yep.
in a convertible.
Yeah.
Talking
Looking
to a
at the
robot,
sights.
looking at the sights, and it was beautiful. They didn't acknowledge that hardly at all, except for the robot talking a bunch of garbage. And then he gets in the train. This
And
is what
he's
Matt
just
was
like,
saying.
I've never seen this before in my life.
Yeah, and Matt said during when
Look
we
at
were
all the
watching,
pretty
what'd you
lights.
say again, Matt? You were like,
I was like, I don't know. Basically, that it's almost like he's never seen this before.
Right. Yeah, it's like it all looks the
You
same.
just saw it 10 minutes ago, dude.
yeah.
what
and
are you
they-
looking
and
at
They,
that's just
Use your eyes.
striking to you?
and they made the point to play like
Yeah.
music that like
Yeah.
hyped it up.
It was like
Made it
swelling.
look like
and
he
it
was
like,
intrigued. I was like,
okay.
Yeah.
He's like, oh my goodness, I've never seen Coruscant from
And
this
the-
point.
I was using my
specifically."
different glasses last time.
Yeah.
I was using my blind ones.
My
actually.
blind ones.
Yeah.
We knew something bad was going to happen because obviously that whatever that person that
What
he
was her name,
with,
fact checker? Can you look it up?
something
Eli-
Kane, I think.
Kane. Something.
Elia
Elia
Kane.
Eli Kane.
You know, like ever since he Pershing saw her, he's like,
He's like, I know who you
don't.
are."
You worked on Gideon's ship,
Yep.
and then blah blah blah, and then so you're like, well, maybe they are going to be friends, or maybe
Right.
something's going to happen, and then, but yeah, I didn't know. We didn't know. Were they gonna like? We knew she was going to do something,
Yeah.
and it was just kind of like you guys were thinking like he would die, or I mean, it did get dark at the end.
Well,
Yeah,
he
it does
was
feel
the-
like in death.
it was
He
almost
did
worse.
pretty much die.
Yeah.
And that's the
So-
part that almost irritated me the most was how badly like the New Republic handled all of it.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
and he didn't even have like a chance to plead his case. Like
No.
that's like so not
It's-
New Republic.
It's not.
Yeah.
No.
Not
Not at all.
right.
It's almost like
He's Elia. Okay.
like
Eli.
Kane. Yeah, but because
Elia.
she's just a.
Michael Caine.
Michael
she's,
Caine.
she's just what do they call them? The people that just got rehabilitated.
She's an amnesty.
She's just
worker.
an she's not like a senior amnesty level.
Well,
Like,
I think she is
oh,
though.
okay. Well,
'Cause
yeah, they give
that
her a
explains
lot.
how she just literally took the box that he had and walked away when he was getting arrested.
Right.
I
'cause
was
they
super
trusted.
confused. I was like, "What is going on?"
So
right
I
now?
think what happened was she convinced him to go on this journey, but she was at the same time telling
Everything.
the New Republic that he was the one wanting to go
Yeah.
get all this stuff to finish his
she's like
stuff.
she's like a triple agent, and it's super confusing.
She's
Yeah.
playing
Well, and
against them and him.
yeah, and it's
and
like,
herself too.
Yeah.
hey,
She's playing for herself.
don't trust
Yeah.
any of them
No.
until they've proven themselves.
Yeah.
Like, come on. Like,
right. Buying you a photon thing, and then
Photon
she
fizzle.
photon and then she tripped him up to be funny by making him touch the rock at the
Right.
thing,
which was foreshadowing.
which was foreshadowing. I think that's why they showed
She's
that.
evil.
He's like, see, you can trust me, and then I'll get you in trouble. See, let's do it for real this time.
Yep.
You can
Right.
trust me, and then I'll get you in trouble. and
then fry your brain.
Has the
Yeah.
power to tell the guy, I really care about this guy. I want to be
Yeah,
here with him.
he's a friend.
I mean, she played.
He's like,
it
no,
weird.
okay, yep, seems good to me.
I know that's the part. Okay, that's the part that bugs me the most.
Well,
is
and,
that like he didn't have a way to like plead his case. Like
Yeah.
Right.
I don't feel like
It was
would have happened in the New
guilty.
Republic.
No,
That's
until
he would have at
found.
least
that's a
had
red flag for me.
He would have at least had a
Not
moment to talk to that
Good
droid
point.
and be like, "Do you feel anger now?"
I said that right.
Right.
You know, like
I-
give a report on your side, and don't just trust this one because it's he said, she said.
Yeah,
Like,
they're like,
Well,
oh,
why
no,
believe one
she
versus the
brought
other?
me-
Yeah.
Except that she was leading them there, so then she already had. She's like, "Look, I'm telling you everything that's about to happen," because he wants to do it, even though she was leading the way.
yeah,
And
This is the way.
this is the one.
Well, he would have never done it if he never came in contact with her too. Is the thing because he didn't have the
Correct.
guts
Yeah, so
for it.
like that's what I'm saying. Like this whole plan is so convoluted that it's
Yeah.
like, why didn't you just kill the guy
Right.
if you're just gonna erase his mind?
Maybe because she wanted to like garner trust with the New Republic to get
Exactly.
in more into.
But
the
they're
New
gonna
Republic.
know now. She fried his brain.
See that's
they're
another
gonna be like,
question.
what's
It's
wrong
like,
with this guy? I'd be like, oh yeah, let me check the.
turned it all the way up.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me check the record. Oh wow, the level was
Yeah,
way too
exactly.
high.
Yeah, where are the cameras?
And then like, one
was
dude's
in
gonna
there
be
to
like,
do
yeah,
that?
she was in there. She must have done it.
So I think you're right, Nick. I think if they don't address that moving forward,
No,
that's
then-
gonna
I'll
be
be
a
like,
lo-
that's the biggest
that's a
oversight
loophole
ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she just screwed
How
herself
to
up.
get away
Yeah.
with murder?
She should have just killed him, like you said. She
And
could
that's-
have had him just jump off the train, and she could have taken the ship and piloted it or something.
Yeah.
Or, you know, if she really wants to get away, but
Seriously.
she obviously wants to stay.
It-
If they do something like she's like, "Oh, I didn't know. I thought it was something was wrong," and if they give some weak excuse, it's going to be a little annoying.
Yeah, no, like
That's what I say with
I
the
don't know.
execution.
Yeah.
It just that's why I feel like the execution wasn't there. I didn't feel like they really fully fleshed that all out,
Yeah.
other than taking forever to get there. I just, they could have shown more of that, like behind the scenes. Let us
Yeah.
in on that. Like,
see-
don't do
yeah.
it, Dr. Pershing. She's just trying to trick you, which we all knew anyway. So I
Yeah.
guess maybe that's why they didn't do that. But still, it was convoluted. The whole like process didn't make sense.
literally, she
Uh,
could have just shot him and been done with it.
Right, but I think
Moved on.
that is more easy to trace, though. That's the thing. You know,
Not really?
there would have been a question: why did somebody assassinate this person?
Yeah, whoop-de-doo.
Also,
She'd be
did
long
she-
gone by that point.
Yeah,
And
she
she
could be,
said
but
that
she
she's-
wants to get into the New
Yeah.
Republic. She wants to get into the New Republic and get higher
Well,
up.
see, she's already burned that bridge because she fried the dude's brain.
If they figure it out, which I think,
If they figure it out,
yeah,
literally nobody else is in that room.
And he's going to be scrambled
know.
eggs when he comes out. If
Like,
not,
I
dead.
set it to like 2, and
Which-
I came in and it was at 11. I don't know how that happened.
Well, she
but
could
that
turn it
chick
back
was
down.
in here. I don't think she
she
did
could turn
it.
it back
That
down.
She did.
She could
yeah,
wait
but
just
still,
a
his
minute.
brain's
Yeah, but
fried.
still, no, his brain's fried. They got to know something's wrong.
I
Yeah.
would.
You would think, but the way they handled this whole thing was pretty terrible.
It was interesting.
It
It was
was
that-
so bad.
Did you guys like that laugh out loud line that our fact checker caught with the "It's a trap"?
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
got trapped.
It was
with
a trap,
That
and he
was-
just like
That was hilarious.
to the same species.
Yeah, that's
Admiral Akbar.
Yeah, Admiral Akbar, which is a
Calamari.
Calamarian.
Calamari.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah,
take the
that was
calamari.
hilarious because yeah,
I'll take the- Never mind.
yeah, don't say
Robot
that.
chicken.
Yeah, robot chicken. It's a trap.
It's a trap.
Yeah, but it just was not executed very well for that
Yeah.
whole sequence. I understand why they did it, and it really was to pose a bigger question. Why is she doing what she's doing?
Yeah.
And who told her to do that? Which I believe is probably pointing back to Thrawn, really, because this dude knows how to do all the cloning stuff. He also worked on all of it. He
Yeah.
has a lot of information that is very valuable. And I don't think Thrawn wants that falling into the wrong hands. I don't think he wants that falling
tying
into
up
the New
loose
Republic.
ends.
Well, we
Which
think
it didn't really seem like he needed to worry about it because it didn't seem like the New Republic was taking him serious at all.
No,
or we're going
right.
to use him.
Like,
I
no.
thought that was actually a bigger oversight. You have this guy who knows all this stuff. He's like a genius. Why are you not just putting him in a different field? You know,
Exactly. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, they should have used the talent. Well, he was trying to tell the guy that
and watch him
was-
like a hawk. Sorry.
Who was the guy that kept coming behind him at work? I was
Yeah,
talking to him.
I
He was
don't
like,
know
"Hey,
who
no,
it is.
no, don't do that." You know, he was kind of talking him down.
But he was even saying like, "What are you doing here?"
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
Somebody of
beginning.
your talents.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was.
Of your talents.
He's
But
like,
I
I'm
think-
just happy to do what I
I think this just shows that the New Republic is
Has no
kind
idea
of
what
a
they're doing,
mess.
and they're incompetent fools.
They've never had this kind of power, let's just say, and they
Right.
just are like, we're going to eliminate everything except that you did
Yeah.
a rehabilitation program, and you're not going to use the assets from the rehabilitation program.
Yeah, that whole
why
thing
do it?
about the whole thing about like they're not using Imperial technology because it's Imperial. That like what?
Yeah, that was
Why?
a little weird.
That's
to
like
me.
that's stupid. Are you idiots? Maybe.
Yeah, they
Right.
appear to be.
I think they just wanted to get. I think they're pointing out some of the flaws of the New Republic. I think
Right.
that's part of it,
And
that
how
they're really pointing
it's
out.
still
here,
in
that
its
it's not
in-
perfect.
It's still in its infancy.
Yeah, exactly.
And it shows.
Well, and they're taking drastic measures to really wash like the bad taste out of their mouth with the Empire. So anything that was Imperial for the most part, they're just getting rid of.
Yeah.
Just to have a clean slate. But
Right.
in doing so,
Well, and
they're kind of
see-
doing some dumb stuff.
Since there's remnants of the Empire still out there, I'm sure the Imperial tech would be problematic.
Right, and that
'Cause
might
they'd
be
be
the other
like,
reason because they
"Oh."
might be trying to get that back.
Yeah.
and they don't
Oh,
want it to
we're-
fall in the wrong
Yeah.
hands.
We found another ship that has an Imperial source code or whatever.
Right,
Yeah.
right. So there's a lot more questions, I feel like, than what was answered in this. And
Yeah.
it took a long time to get there.
It was
and
just
look, we got some
too drug out.
what were those things called? Photon fizzles?
photon fizzles.
Photon
And
fizzles.
those like glowy popsicle things.
Yeah,
made
those
out-
were just weird.
radioactive popsicles.
How awkward was that?
It
just
was.
in general for
It's
them
funny.
to like.
And they're like, they're eating them.
It
I'm
seemed
like,
wrong.
you didn't have to film that.
Yeah, I was like, don't.
what are you filming that for?
It would have made so much more sense if it was like cotton candy esque.
yeah,
like, you know
like
what I
it
mean?
like melted,
Like yeah,
or you like
you bit
broke
it off or
and
broke it off and ate a little
took
bit.
a piece. And
That would've been
it's
so
just
much
like-
more
maybe
natural.
some kettle corn or something.
Yeah,
Something.
some
Some
Mantel
kettle
mix.
fizzle, Mantel mix. Yeah,
Yeah.
that would have made more
Mantel
sense.
mix.
You could have tied it in. I like how we're
Goodness.
like critiquing the
snacks.
food.
It literally, it's that middle section of the show.
Yeah.
It's got the most problems.
I think
the
the-
beginning and the end are
Yeah.
beautifully done. Well, I mean, besides our whole debate on helmet removal,
That's
I'm
your
still
debate.
confused on
We're-
stuff.
And whether or not he saw the mythosaur,
yeah,
which he probably didn't,
mythosaur.
but maybe
There's
he
so
did.
many questions. Mythosaur.
He
mythic
didn't see it.
proportions.
Sile Sin said it was super silly when Pershing was warning them about her, and they just let
Yeah.
her stay in the room alone with the controls.
Yeah,
Yep.
that was
Yep.
so dumb.
Right.
And
It was.
doesn't
The whole
match.
thing was
It
silly.
was silly.
Like you said, he didn't even get a chance to plead his own case.
Yeah.
They just literally.
He was guilty
that's wrong.
until found innocent.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to say earlier.
I heard you.
Nice.
He was like guilty until
Oh,
found
not guilty.
not guilty.
Maybe because the penalty was so minuscule, they're like, it's just gonna like daze you for a couple of days.
Seriously
but-
though, like
even still, that's
I would
messed up.
still take down the guy's story.
No, that's still
And
punishment.
investigate it.
Yeah.
They're instantly
A good
enacting
cop.
punishment to
I
him.
don't think you,
as
you
opposed to
straight like try and alter the dude's brain. I say you put him
No.
in like solitary confinement for a little while, like
and then
and get his story,
interrogate
and
him.
Someone-
interrogate
Don't
him. Yeah.
torture him,
Yeah.
Matt.
Yeah, so she obviously
Yes.
told them
Yes,
like
suspect him.
Don't kill him, Dustin.
Dang it.
she clearly
Phrase.
convinced them that was what needed to be done. It reminded me of the Men in Black where they go bink
Yeah, the
right.
and you're done. You know, you forget it.
neuralizer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, if that's all we see of Pershing, then I guess that's
You know-
why they took a long time to get through him, because we kind of wondered what happened to him
Well,
in
see,
season 2.
yeah, that's
Seems
my,
kind of like a waste.
that's
though.
a question I have. Is like, where are they going to go with this now?
Honestly, I forgot about
Is
him.
he's just going to be a vegetable now?
He's a vegetable.
But
Whoa.
What is
Wow.
the point?
Second time tonight.
Second time,
third,
He's on fire.
3 times.
3 times is
three times
okay.
the charm. Third
Third
time's the
time,
charm.
3 times is the
You're
charm.
innocent until proven not
Not
innocent.
innocent.
Not.
No, but
it was like
I-
the
what if-
Salem witch trials.
yeah, it kind of was.
It was a witch hunt. For
No.
sure.
She's a witch.
I'm not a witch. I'm your wife.
She does have a wart.
She
What?
turned me into a
Does she
newt.
float?
Should eat and flight.
Oh man, no. But the interesting thing they could go into is his mind might be like messed up for a while, but like, what if he starts to get things back?
He learns.
And
like
that's
a
a
newborn.
that's a crux. Like, what if
It's gonna take too long.
like Mando
he survives.
and he survives, and then like
He's
He's-
Snoke.
he's like their source to get to where he's Snoke.
I figured it out. He's Snoke. That's what happens after he gets his mind
Oh, wow.
fried. His
And then he
face
becomes the
gets all
ultimate-
disfigured.
He becomes That was weird.
Yeah,
the
I
weird
don't know
thing
what
was
that
weird.
was.
It was like
ears.
What ear thing?
It went into
Because
the
he
ears
kept going
and
like
the
this.
eyes.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right.
He kept touching his ear
Did that-
before he like.
Did something happen in one of the seasons where he got hit?
No,
He got
no, I
a
don't
big
think so.
blow to the
'Cause
head.
I'm
It was
pretty sure
almost-
he has his full ear in this first season.
Yeah, no, he's. I don't know. I haven't seen anything with his ear.
That's
It
I
was
think
just-
something happened.
It could have.
Because in season 2 they go to that one place and isn't he there again, or is he? No, he's on a hologram thing. That's
Oh, right, yeah,
yeah,
he-
yeah, yeah. I don't remember
No, I think it was just
I don't
like
know.
a
memories.
sense, or he was. That's like his, tick. when
Maybe he used
Or did
his
Cara
own
Dune shoot that dude right behind him?
something.
He's got an ear ache.
Yeah,
And then she grazed his ear.
yeah.
What if he was a clone?
Or maybe he used
Right,
his own
and those
tissue
Order 66
to make clones.
That could be.
All
He
over
could
again.
have a backup set of tissue for himself in
Yeah.
case he ever got fried or
Could
something.
you imagine? Like 10 of them just show up.
They could
I
play a
don't
couple
know.
of different
There's-
angles
yeah,
with
you
this.
could go a lot of different ways.
So hopefully they play it out better than it started here.
Well, because I was almost that mind flayer thing reminded me kind of the Boar Gullet.
Yeah.
Really, from Rogue
Oh,
One.
there you
I
go.
almost feel like that's what they were going with. And then Bodhi Rook, he got his memory back, even going through the Boar Gullet.
Yeah.
So it could be similar.
I don't think that was what the Borg Gullet would do, though.
Yeah, it
it
messed
was
with
just.
your mind. It
I
was.
thought it was just searching for information.
It was, but I guess you could say that this was too, but
Yeah.
not really. I guess it was more just a scramble of the brain. That was more like an Andor. Andor, they had the mind flayer in Andor that
Yeah,
really
mind flayer.
messed with your mind. But yeah, wow, there was a lot. There was a lot to this episode.
Yep.
It was fascinating. A little slow, pretty dry, but there was still some cool stuff. The scenery, the music. There's one point in particular when they were changing scenes, and I was like, man, the music and the scene
Yeah.
change were there. Felt very
was good.
Star Wars. And I liked a lot of that. Some of it reminded me of episode 2, even with some of the graphics and like the
Yep.
CGI and stuff
Well,
like
scenery,
that.
obviously.
The scenery, but they did a good job of kind of making an amalgamation of all that. It's just that the acting, I feel like, between Dr. Pershing and that
Elia.
Elia Kane,
Kane.
it wasn't terrible, but it wasn't on Andor quality. So that's
Right.
I think that's why it felt like it kind of dragged on
Yeah.
a bit.
Yep.
And I just felt like they had to keep going back to it. It was like we could
Yeah.
have done this in like a couple scenes.
They were like
you
beating
know,
a dead horse.
yeah, in some ways. They just
like-
relied too much on that and they
Yeah.
could have condensed it. And I think
Yeah.
that would have made this actually a way better episode.
It would have.
And then we could have got to the good stuff. So
The meat.
but yeah, I still think that that's still leading to Thrawn in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
So Thrawn's got his fingies and everything going on.
Fingies.
Phalanges.
I liked how they mentioned when after that presentation that he gave, like, oh, the Outer Rim. Oh, what a horrible
I
place.
know, right?
Right.
They're all
Like-
like sucking up to him.
Yeah.
Like,
Which-
"Oh, you-
I liked that little bit of like
Right.
humanism because you kind of got a little bit of that in Andor, like the posh upper
Hoity
echelon of
toities.
Coruscant that like have so much
Yeah.
money. Like they weren't even affected. He's like Empire.
Could you
New
imagine
Republic.
me
It
being
doesn't-
drafted? Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
They'd have so much
sink me.
so much
Sink
money.
me.
They're the center of the universe.
Maybe
Even
never.
though it said in the thing that he was listening to that they're considered the center of the galaxy, although it
Right,
started
it's
saying
not.
that it's not physically.
No.
It was interesting how that
Yeah.
why they did that, why they even said that. It was kind of
Mhm.
interesting.
That was interesting, and I feel like Thrawn's going to play into that, and that's what he's always played into because the Thrawn was always in the Outer Rim. He always
Yep.
worked in the Outer Rim for two reasons, basically, so nobody knew how many forces he had, and people underestimated him.
Yep.
And I feel like they're already making that mistake, and that's why I find it fascinating. And I still think they're leading to Thrawn, and I'm so pumped for Thrawn.
It's gonna be big.
Well, and how many times did we say after Emperor died with his auto tune, he dies, and then you're like, okay, and then all the other troops are like, we're done. That's it. Just lay down. You know, there's
Yep.
like they
Right.
own the whole galaxy. They've invaded
Right.
thousands of planets or whatever. So obviously, like if Thrawn's sitting there in the Outer Rim, he's like, okay, half of you come with me.
All
And
right.
we're gonna hide out over here until the
Right.
time comes.
Yeah.
And he's still a Grand Admiral, which makes him
Mhm.
like
He's probably
very
like the
high up.
highest ranking.
yeah, he's pretty much the highest
officer in
ranking
the
officer.
Imperial Army.
Like they
at
would be
this point.
destroying at that place where they got the med lab. They would be destroying ships for like years and
Yeah.
years, and I mean,
Yeah.
you know,
It'd
clearly.
be- it would take a while to decommission all those.
Oh my goodness,
Definitely.
so much.
Definitely.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of good stuff. I think we should probably get moving, but let us know. Do we have any more comments out there before we move on from the spoiler talk of Mando?
Nada.
All right, we're
That's
doing
it.
good.
Wow.
Thank you, everybody, for your comments.
Yeah.
If
We
you haven't
appreciate
already, like, comment, subscribe. I know you're commenting now, but later, if you're watching this video, continue to comment. We appreciate it, and we will read every comment and write back. And we just appreciate you guys being here. Let's rate this episode tonight.
Rate this
what do you guys think? There's some good, there's some bad.
I'm not gonna rate it that high, really.
I know.
yeah.
It's taking a step back
It has.
for me,
Ooh,
just because like I said, beginning and end are great. The middle, just fluff. It was
Yeah.
like a croissant.
So the appetizer and the
croissant.
dessert
Man,
were
make
really
that look
good.
like
Yeah.
Yeah,
But the
it's got a
main course.
hard ends, but fluffy in the middle.
that sounds like a nice
Sounds
dessert.
like a good croissant.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Sounds really good.
That sounds
It sounds
delicious,
good.
man.
No, but like the inside is like it's too doughy. It's underbaked.
It's under-
yeah,
okay.
So
How'd
you're
you-
like
how'd you
biting
ma-
into it. And
How'd
you're
you manage that?
like,
That's impressive.
you cook it too fast.
Unless it's like string cheese, and then
it's not
melted,
cheesy.
and you go,
It's raw dough.
Oh,
It's
okay.
eggs.
Ooh,
It's
okay,
just
yeah.
egg.
Okay, so we're making scrambled eggs now.
No. It's just egg.
just egg,
Egg with shells.
but like uncooked egg.
Uncooked egg.
Oh,
then the
and
ends
it's
are
the
crispy.
shells. That's the hard outer layer.
Yeah.
So we've gotten away from the croissant
Yes.
altogether.
We are making a croissant with eggs.
He made a really good croissant and had to change the metaphor.
So you
here.
gave
No.
us a croissant.
I made a good croissant, and then I said it was underbaked in the middle, and then you guys were like, "Oh, how'd you do that?"
No,
no, we were asking the ingredients of what was in the middle, and then you
It's
just
just
said
under-
egg.
It's raw dough. Have you ever eaten something that has raw dough in it? It's not good.
Yeah,
Cookie dough, great.
Undercooked
dude,
pizza
cookie dough
is
is
pretty
really
gross.
good. Raw.
Yeah, cookie dough is good.
Especially
Is that
with
what's
the
in the
eggs
middle?
it.
No,
It's raw egg.
it's just raw bread dough.
Who's on first?
What I
What's
want
on
to
second?
know,
I don't know who's on
Second.
third.
I don't know.
what's your favorite cereal?
Aha!
Let's not go down. that.
Roundabout.
All right, just rate the episode.
Full circle.
Nick, rate the episode.
What was last week? We were going.
We're
1
in
to
the
10,
fours.
right?
Oh,
Come on,
wait.
doughboy.
It's the wrong-
Rate the
it's the
episode.
wrong one.
Wrong
Shoot.
show.
I was gonna rate it really low.
I
in
think
that
it was
case.
like a 9.5
Probably.
last week.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I think
Yeah,
you're
I'm gonna
right,
go to like
9.5.
8.5.
All right.
Ooh!
Like
That's
it's
not bad.
one whole.
out of 10.
Yeah, it's a solid.
Okay,
solid.
5 out of 10.
What? What you? Is it warm
Okay,
or
6.
cold?
6.5 out of 10. That's what I'm.
It's
That's
tepid.
what I'm saying.
Is it warm
It's
or
like
cold?
a D. It barely passes.
Did it bring you in warm or did it bring you in
It's
cold?
lukewarm. It's tepid.
It brought us in warm.
It brought us in warm and
And left us
left
warm.
us warm, but
So it's like getting in
We
the
were
hot
feeling
tub
it.
and then
Took us
jumping in the
cold.
pool.
Dimbo.
yeah.
Am I right?
Whoa!
All right, Matt. So what was your final answer? Because I heard like 3 different
6.5.
numbers. Okay, 6.5. All right, Matt, what would you rate this?
I'm gonna go with a. Let's go with the 7.275. 7.75.
7.275.
We'll give it a almost B minus.
You know, it was National Pie Day yesterday. Maybe we should just go
3.14.
3.14. Was it a pie?
It was an undercooked pie.
It was an undercooked pie.
Yeah, it was doughy still.
It was
in the
still
middle.
doughy with egg and
Yeah.
then a hard outer
The,
shell.
the crust was still doughy,
uh,
but
Yes.
the outside crust on the edges,
on the edge
that was
of
hard.
the crust.
It was crusty. Crispy.
What kind of pie is it?
It's an apple pie. Or no, wait. What's a bad pie?
Peach
Pie. It was a
all
peach
of them,
pie.
pretty much.
Okay, get out.
Wow.
I'm sorry. If someone gave me an apple pie, I just eat the apples and not the crust.
You're weird.
So you like the middle of this episode?
I don't like them.
Wait, what was your answer again for the rating?
7.75.
7.75.
Mine's 6.5.
No, it was 7.725.
No.
7.275.
7.75. Oh,
Oh,
7.75. All right, we got there. We're good.
3.14872 pie.
Yeah.
Pie. All right, Dan, what would you rate this episode?
I'm gonna give it a pie.
3.14.
Yep. No, I'm gonna give it I'll give it a 8 out of 10.
We are stuttering all over the place
Points
tonight.
tough.
7.3. It's a tough one because we just saw this episode before we came on,
Yeah, well,
and we spent like an hour ripping it apart. But there was so much other good stuff in the beginning and the end.
we talked about that. We hyped it up.
I know.
We
But
had two of.
I'm just trying to think how
We
I
didn't
would
just
rate
miss over
the
it.
good stuff versus the not as
See,
good stuff.
Yeah.
So,
What?
I think overall, I still enjoyed the episode because it did progress the story, and
Yep.
and then it
But
left
that
us
middle part, ooh.
For sure.
and then it
Undercooked.
left us in a state where we're like, okay, well, now what are they going to do?
Yeah.
And I think maybe the Pershing arc is over for now. So I've got it 8 out of 10.
Yeah. I'm right there with you. I think it's an 8 out of 10. I think the beginning and the end gave it enough for me
Nick, you're
to
way out
like,
of
because
it.
I was really hyped about the beginning, especially with them flying those ships. That dogfight was awesome.
Yeah, it
Plus the
was.
Thrawn tie-in,
Pretty
and
sick
then
nasty.
the relationship with Dimbo there at the end too. And
That's
they're-
literally all the points that it got. for
I
me.
know.
That's
Simbo.
the rest of it. That's the minus.
But-
minus all those points.
I
That's why I
appreciate.
said 6.5.
Yeah, no, I'm not in a disagreement,
But he's not in
with you,
agreement either. 'cause
but
he
I
rated
don't
it anyway.
agree.
It's
I'm not going down that
Two-thirds
low.
of it was good. The
Right.
last third was too long and drawn out.
I still appreciated some of what they were
6.5.
trying to do. They were taking a bold stand, but I just, again, they just didn't execute it well. So that's why I'm still saying an 8. It was still solid for me. But yeah, well, fact checker, I want to hear your thoughts on it real fast. Fast.
Oh boy.
Now.
Right, meow.
Right meow.
I would say 8.5 because I like the beginning and the end, and dismiss the middle.
And the middle.
Yeah.
You like the middle.
If
too,
it was
didn't
its
you?
own, okay.
Didn't miss the middle.
If the middle was its own episode, what would you guys rate this?
0.
2.
5.
Yeah, I would probably drop
It's
down.
still, it built the world a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, George Lucas would be proud of Coruscant, you know. Like
Right.
in a new, that's how we wanted it to look, you know, when he did it, but it didn't have the tech. It was just ships
I
everywhere.
don't think they really progressed it that much, to be honest. It still felt quite episode 2.
No, I know that, but I mean,
The
as
look.
far as the
dopeness.
like the post, the amnesty,
Right,
the,
okay,
the
yeah,
world
yeah. I
building
see what
of
you're
the
saying.
empire after the empire. I mean, and
Right.
I liked that part of the world building.
I bet they talked to him about it, too.
I don't know.
Favreau
Not
and
him.
Filoni, I
Yeah,
think they probably would
probably.
have talked to him
They
about it.
definitely.
I'm
could
sure
have.
they're consulting him
Yeah,
a
I think
lot
they are.
with this show.
It just feels like it's got George Lucas's touch with
like
a lot
so
of it.
George.
It's so
If we did a different sequel, but it wasn't in the movies. It was on a show called The Mandalorian. What would you do?
Right.
You know,
right.
and then he's
well,
like slowly infusing stuff.
when he actually comes to their sets. Like,
Yeah,
that's
he
one
does.
of the only sets that George Lucas will come
That's
to.
because Filoni's like his son.
I know.
Yeah. Adopted son.
Yeah, but I
He's
mean,
proud of his
he-
son.
they have direct access.
Filoni is his oh shoot, I just lost the
That's the best
what you're
relationship
saying.
in Star Wars.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
Finish it
I'm not
for
going
me.
to say the word
Do it. Come on, man.
because I don't know it.
No, you know.
I forgot.
Foundling. Okay.
Yeah, foundling.
All right, yeah, I would rate that
I thought
like,
you were going to say heir
Yeah.
apparent.
yeah, well, like, no,
Yeah.
Foundling was I was saying Favreau or Filoni is
Yep. Yep.
George Lucas's Foundling.
Yep.
Grogu.
Grogu.
All right. Yeah.
George Lucas.
And we
is
got a
the man.
comment,
we got a comment.
to
Yes.
finish off the spoilers. So we've all rated it now. So
Yeah. Boom.
Wow.
Shakalaka.
we can cut the feed. No, I'm kidding. But visually, the episode was great. This is Eddie Bear. He was in the comments earlier.
Nice.
Good job, Eddie.
The beginning scenes and Coruscant was cinematic worthy.
Yeah.
Beginning
Yeah.
Absolutely.
scenes, 100%.
it looked good.
It looked
Yes.
good coming into Coruscant. I liked.
I like
all the-
seeing it again for
Yeah.
sure.
It did. That's what I'm saying. At the beginning, it reminded me of Andor, how they did all that.
Yeah.
It looked very cinematic. Like they really worked on some of the sets and wherever they filmed it, all British locations. Maybe I don't know.
Right.
There was definitely some volume going on. We didn't talk on that, but there felt like it was a little bit bigger sets this time.
Yeah, definitely.
Like
yeah.
they're building it up a little better. And then he said, Filoni is Lucas's Padawan. Yeah, exactly.
Definitely.
Yeah,
100%.
that's exactly how you
I think
described it.
Filoni even refers himself as George Lucas' Padawan.
He
So,
do.
Yeah, that's good take, man. Thank you for the comment. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Eddie.
Thanks, Eddie.
Thanks,
You the man.
Eddie, that was
Or,
pretty cool
I
of
guess
you.
could be a girl. I don't know. So
Yeah, predictions?
yeah, let's
Yeah,
do
what
some
are we doing?
predictions real fast, but
Yeah.
we do still have to rate something else. We've been going a long time.
That's okay. There's not much to talk about on that one.
No, there's really not.
It's
We'll
really
breeze through that one.
more
But
fluff.
yeah, all right. Predictions for next week. I don't want to go first.
I really don't
Let's have Matt. You go first.
know. Marriage.
Marriage.
Do you think that's what's gonna happen?
No.
You think Dimbo's
not
happening?
next episode or any of the
It's
season.
going to take a
so
long time for
yeah,
that.
it's not gonna
to cook
happen right
up.
now. Next episode. Where did we leave off? We left off in the Mandalore culture.
Yeah, and they accepted her as one of
Yes,
their
yes,
own.
yes.
She's a convert now.
She's gonna
She's a
kill them all
convert.
now.
Convert.
I don't know. I really don't know. I have no
You just-
predictions.
you just
I'm
like-
be honest.
You just like torture.
I just don't know anymore.
I love tossing stuff to you like this.
Just
All
pick
right.
it out.
Honestly, yeah.
They
I'm-
do-
I really don't have any predictions.
You just
off
like to
the top of
experience
my head
it.
here.
Yeah. No worries. All right,
That's
Dan, go
putting
ahead.
it on him because I don't have much else to say too.
I
I'm
don't
trying
either.
I'm trying to think. They left it so close-ended. Close-ended?
Close-ended? Like your clothes
Clothespin?
are expiring?
Close.
Gotta
close
take 'em
ended.
to the laundromat.
Here's where I think they're gonna go.
I don't know.
There's a couple different routes they could
Death.
go.
Everybody dies.
Well, I'm just saying, Bo Katan's head is spinning right now.
Yeah.
Because her house just got blown up.
She's catching some feelings.
She's been just on a downward
she
trajectory.
saw the
The-
mythalore.
She saw the mythosaur. She doesn't know what to do with that.
Mythosaur.
So she's lying to Dinbo, or to Din, I mean. She's already affected the Dinbo relationship because she's starting it off on a lie.
are based
But now she's
wait,
like
shoot.
subterfuge, like joining the crazy sect of Mandalorian.
Yeah, maybe she's a spy.
She's
I
all
think
over
she's
the
just
place.
lost at this point.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like she's definitely lost her way. She has nothing to hang on
She's
to.
lost the way.
She's lost the way. This is
She
not the
literally
way for
has
her. She
lost
feels
the
like
way.
She also didn't say. She's not said this whole time. This is the way.
correct.
She's never said.
Even when
Yeah, she did.
Nope, she didn't
She
say
said
it.
it on the ship.
Oh, she did
She's
say
like,
it.
this is the way.
Yeah.
oh,
did
she
say it
did, but it was
once.
more ironic, right?
Yeah.
Ooh, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
She
She
said
kept
it.
her helmet on,
nonetheless.
so maybe she's a believer.
Oh, maybe
now.
she is. That's
So
a good point.
She
That's a
might
good point.
be. Yeah. I mean, so I think her head is spinning, and it's gonna. I think the next episode is going to follow her even more. I like to think.
Yeah.
Optimistic.
It's crazy how they made her such a big role in this.
Maybe-
I like it a lot.
Maybe she'll
I
stay
like
with
it a
him
lot.
for a while. Because
I think
remember,
she's
we,
gonna have to get her ground.
we still have that scene in the trailers that we haven't seen where
Yeah.
they're dropping into Navarro.
yeah, but that's
Next
a good
episode.
point.
Yeah. Maybe that's the next episode.
That could be the next episode.
Oh,
The
that'd be cool.
pirates.
Yeah.
That's probably what it's gonna
Pirates.
be.
and
The pirates are gonna
hopefully
attack.
Hondo shows up.
Yeah, we need some.
Hondo.
I will
You're
laugh
right.
out loud.
Oh,
I'll be like,
I-
yes, yes.
Yeah.
Live action.
IG-11. We definitely need
Yeah.
some. What's
There's
his
some
name
loose
on
ends.
Navarro?
What?
What's his name on
Oh,
Navarro?
Carl Weathers.
Carl Weathers.
Grief Karga.
Grief Karga. We need some Grief Karga
Grief
right
Weathers.
now. Things got really heavy already,
Carl
and we
Karga?
need some
Yeah.
levity. We need some
Yeah.
Grief Karga to lighten
We
the
need to
mood.
see Grief Karga go ham on some fools.
Fools.
Yeah, I think the pirates are going to come
We
attack
seen
Navarro.
Mando go
He's
ham.
going to need help, and then the whole culvert, because they're all as one now, are going to go and save.
Well, yeah, see, because he's
Navarro.
been redeemed and he has the Darksaber, so he can
technically
lead them.
But
Wow.
it still
He
feels
can
like the
lead.
armor's really still leading people, and that's the weird like dichotomy
See,
of
I
what's
think
going on.
though now she'll let him lead them because he's been
Redeemed.
redeemed.
Maybe he could
cleansed.
pull that out and be like, "Look, we
Look,
need to go
I got
save
the
Navarro,
Darksaber
and I have
here.
the Darksaber. Let's do
Follow
it." And
me.
Bo Katan might even be like,
I am the
"Look,
captain
if you want
now.
something to, you want them to do it, pull out
Just
the
lead him
Darksaber
with the
and tell 'em."
Darksaber.
Eddie
Yeah.
Bear said Moff Gideon makes his appearance
Yeah.
and shows him escaping.
That would be an interesting arc,
That
and then we
could-
could
yeah,
still
that
tie
could
in the Kane.
Yeah.
Elijah
Kane.
Kane.
Elijah Kane.
Michael Kane.
Michael Kane. Michael Kane. If my name's in the front of the, what is it? He talked about how he decides on what movies he's going to do. He says, I look at the script, and if I see my name in the front of the script, and I see my name in the back of the script, I take the movie.
I take the movie.
Because he survives.
Michael Caine.
Michael Caine.
He's inside. He's in the whole movie. Anyway, yeah, I think
Yes.
I think they could follow that up, and they could start to show because what we're going to be in episode 4, so we're halfway through the entire 3rd season next week.
That makes
So they're
me
gonna-
sad.
Yeah.
I know, right?
It's
But
like,
they're
why
gonna
don't you
need to
guys just
start-
do like 16 episodes, like.
I know.
Bad Batch.
I really would love to have more
Oh,
episodes.
that'd be great.
But
Maybe
I,
they'll keep getting longer.
yeah,
and longer,
they might
though.
because it was tonight's episode was like 53 minutes.
Almost
that was long.
double.
I think it was almost too long for what we had.
Well,
if you would have
that was
condensed
the
it, would have been even
reason they
better.
made it so long is because they had to pad the runtime for whatever reason.
Yeah, that I
So
would have
really,
much
we
rather
didn't
had.
get a ton in that long episode.
I would have much rather had a 53-minute opening. Like I would have rather had episode 1 and 2 at the same time.
Yeah.
For this.
Yeah.
That would have made sense. And then
Absolutely.
condense 3, then give us a bigger 4.
Yep.
You know, type deal. But yeah, I think they could tie that up, or they could go the Navarro out. I think that's a little bit more
plausible
because we
Yeah.
saw it in the trailer.
Yeah.
So I think
Right.
we've seen.
unless that's like the
Seen,
series
like,
finale.
I don't think it's
They
gonna be though.
could
I
season
think that I
finale.
don't think that's
Season
big enough for the
finale,
season
though.
finale.
Right.
I think that's almost like a mid-season finale where they rescue
right.
Navarro.
Which
this
would
next
track.
episode.
And then I think that's going to give them the trajectory of uniting Mandalore. I think the next episode they're going to focus on, all right, we got to go do a good thing,
Yeah.
save him. But then, all right, obviously all of us working together is a better thing. Like, let's get the rest. But they're going to have to introduce a big bad. That's the thing. Because we haven't seen a big bad for this entire, arc
Yeah.
so far.
You're right.
Well, no, it's going to be the mini boss first, the
Mi-
Pirate King.
The Pirate King is 4. But
Yeah.
then behind him is going to have to be the
Yeah.
big boss.
You're right. You're very right. The better shows are led by, the villain creating problems. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And
Right.
then they all end up if there's a lack of a good villain, then the show can get lost.
Yeah.
And I think you're right. I think that's a good call. Maybe need to see Moff Gideon, or maybe we need to see Moff Gideon, and we think that he's the bad again, but it's actually
Thrawn.
Thrawn.
I think that's what we're getting.
You know,
Maybe
they-
Thrawn kills Moff Gideon.
I'm just saying
Right.
they've got
Mm.
something big in store for the season finale,
or they
Yeah.
better.
or they better.
You know what? I just had a thought. That's why Mando doesn't use the Darksaber very well. Because he's carrying the weight of the whole Star Wars cinematic universe on his back.
It's so heavy.
He's like, oh, God, my back.
Yeah, I saw that earlier. That was so funny.
Oh.
Oh man,
That's
4.
4.
For those keeping track of how many times Nick's knocked his cup over, it's now 5. Yeah,
Give him a little
those are my
razzle-dazzle.
predictions. Did anybody else have any more predictions for
Nope,
next
no,
week's?
We
Yeah, no.
already went through everybody.
Yeah. That was it.
Okay,
Now we got to touch on
we
the
rated it.
We are
And we're good.
Bad
So
Hot
that was
into
that'll wrap up our section, the spoiler section of the Mandalorian episode 3 of season 3, The Convert. Thank you for tuning in. We love you.
Now get ready for your daily
Last
dose of
comment before
smooth
we're off.
jazz.
Maybe
yeah.
Moff
Oh.
gets help from Thrawn. Eddie Bear said maybe Moff gets help from Thrawn.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
that's kind of on the same
Definitely.
page. And then Sio Simpson said maybe next episode is Grief asking Mando back to Navarro because of the pirates.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah.
That's kind of
Yeah.
what we're wondering.
That's what
too.
we
We're on the
decided,
same page.
son.
We got some true
need
Star
a-
Wars fans out there in
We
our
do.
comments.
We
We
love
do.
it. That's awesome. We need a villain to create some problem, and then that'll inform the culvert, where to go, where Mando should go next.
Yep.
Because at this point, Mando he's arrived again.
Yeah, we've
is-
completed a story.
Like he was so stressed out, like over that apostate. He was so stressed out. Like that was his sole focus. Obviously, it was getting Grogu, and then he
Yeah.
got Grogu
to where you need
there,
to.
and then Grogu's back, and then he helped Boba Fett deal with the small village.
Yeah, which that was
fight.
such a
He's like, okay, that was a side mission, and now
Mm-hmm.
here we are. He got the big thing. Like it already is done. It's the 3rd episode of the
Yep.
season. He's already done with his mission. So now he's a blank slate. Bo Katan's a blank slate. Pershing is a blank slate.
well, what's
Literally.
his mind is a blank slate.
So I feel like
Living Pershing a
a
vegetable.
vegetable.
I just didn't think we would get that so quickly.
Yes.
Like I thought we would take like more of the season to get to Mandalore to get the apostate thing taken care of. So it's just interesting that they've done that, which is exciting for me because I think Filoni and Favreau have a lot to go, and maybe we're gonna get 3 episodes of fluff, but
I don't
think
think
the
so.
season finale is gonna be epic, and I think he's just set the stage for some really good Dinbo action and some good Grief Karga, Big Bad.
Yep.
Now we're ready to fight.
Yeah, I'll equate it to this. I feel like we Moff Gideon is Loki, and then behind Loki we need a Thanos. So
Yep.
Moff Gideon is Loki, and then Thanos is Thrawn, and they need to set that up, and they need to get that going. They've already got Moff Gideon established a little bit, although he really wasn't that crazy. I felt like,
No.
but
Well,
they
he was
need-
a little unhinged.
it was still good, but I just didn't feel like it was, crazy. They
Yeah, but
didn't go to the spectacle I kind of wanted them
but
to
he
go, but it was
did
still
work.
really good.
He did work well against Mando.
I'm saying
Yeah.
he plays a good villain too.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Giancarlo Esposito.
Esposito. That's
Yeah.
a fun name.
Esposito.
Yeah, he did a good job, definitely for sure.
Matt with the eyebrows.
But we need, and I think we're getting touches of it. I think we're getting touches of that Thrawn / Thanos with all the hints towards it. Well,
Yeah.
and the straight out name dropping.
And then he's going to
Thrawn.
go get the Infinity Gauntlet
right
and fight the Avengers on Earth.
And snap.
crossover. But yeah, so we need that. I want to
That'd be
see
a
Thrawn.
terrible
Let's
crossover.
get to
And
the
then
point.
Crosshair shows up.
Let's give everybody a purpose to unite and work
Yeah.
together. That's the thing that we really need to get going on here, so that we can have a purpose and give us a bigger
purpose.
plot. But great comments out there. We appreciate it. We got some more comments.
Yeah, we got another one from Benjamin Bravo. Nonsense theory. Here we go. Nonsense theory. Thrawn steals the mythosaur and makes a dark clone of it, and puts it in a dark trooper armor. Pretty much Mecha Godzilla.
He'd have to put. He'd have to put it in the
Zillo Beast?
the Zilla
Zilla
Beast
Beast.
armor.
Oh
Thank you,
my
Matt.
gosh.
Dude, you put the that would be crazy. Mecha Godzilla basically would.
King Kong shows up for whatever.
So now
reason.
we're going to Tokyo.
Oh boy.
The Crate Dragon fights the Mythosaur.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Dude, that'd be pretty sweet,
That'd be
actually.
great.
And the Rancor shows
What's that
up.
thing from Rebels? The Bendu.
The Bendu.
Bendu.
Oh, they said that. They actually
Yeah.
referenced that. Wasn't it like Happy Bendu? It was like
They said Bendu Day.
Bendu Day or something
Sounded like
that.
it, but I don't.
It wasn't Bendu
Apparently
Day?
it
I thought they
wasn't.
said Bendu Day.
They did say Bendu
Bendu,
Day.
Bendu, Bendu,
I think
Bendu.
it was.
This episode
Was
was
it?
also written by the first two were written straight by Jon Favreau. This one was written by Jon Favreau and a guy named Noah Clore. I don't know who that is.
Me
No,
neither.
what
I don't know
clone?
I'm
that.
wondering if Noah.
I think Noah Clore did the
wrote
middle part?
The middle part.
Yeah.
And Favreau had the other stuff. So
And who directed it? It wasn't
It was.
it wasn't Famo Yua.
no, it was Lee Isaac Chung.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Isaac
which
Chung.
I'm not sure
I think
exactly.
that's part of it.
Did Minari, 2020's excellent film Minari?
Okay, he's a
Minari.
good. Yeah, he's a good.
Okay.
Film.
Who
did?
He's a good
Isaac
film
Chung.
director. He's well respected in the film industry. It looks like.
Never heard of him.
He's coming out with a film called
that respect.
Twisters in 2024. So keep an
Like
eye out for that.
Sharknado?
Like Twister.
Is it the
I'm
sequel?
guessing
sequel to
Twister?
Twisters?
I'm guessing
Twister?
it's no.
Twisters.
I'm guessing it's
Is it about the game?
They're
Sisters.
sisters that are
Twisters.
twisted, and he's calling them Twisters. That's my guess.
Twister.
And then next week,
I want a Twizzler.
chapter 20,
Yeah.
directed by Carl Weathers.
Oh,
Is it really?
dude? It's definitely Navarro, dude.
Yeah.
We're
And
going to
it's-
Navarro.
All right, and get this: it's written by Jon Favreau. Good deal.
Yep.
And Dave Filoni.
dude.
Dude, it's gonna be epic. Oh, it's gonna be great.
If Dave Filoni's
All right.
coming into this, there's bigger world stuff happening.
Yep.
I'm calling it now. Thrawn's showing up in this.
They're at
this
least
episode.
gonna mention.
You think he's
Thrawn.
gonna show up in the episode?
No.
Are they
I
gonna
think they're
name
gonna
drop
name drop
some-
him.
But if Filoni's in this, then there is bigger
Or
Star Wars
maybe there'll
universe
be more
stuff
with,
going
like,
on.
the Purgle or something.
Yeah.
It could be Purgle.
Well, Filoni
or
did-
Ezra or Ahsoka or somebody could show
Yeah.
up.
He did one in
Sabine.
season
Sabine,
2.
dude,
Yeah.
what if Sabine?
I feel like
that'd be cool.
Sabine just because of Mandalorian.
Or
but-
Ahsoka.
She could show up.
Yeah.
Sabine could. What if
I
it's
think that'd be
Sabine?
pretty
What if it's
dope.
not the Culvert? It's actually Sabine's leading some
Episode?
Mandalorians, and then she saves Navarro.
Man,
Yeah, but we saw Bo Katan in that
Did we?
scene.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm excited because the next episode after that is directed by. They have it listed here who directed it and wrote them.
Yeah.
So just to give you some heads up, Jon Favreau wrote the next two after that by himself.
Yes.
Then the episode 23 is Favreau and Filoni again,
Dude.
Oh man.
and then the final episode is Favreau,
Straight Favreau.
and
we
then the
should be
last two are
good.
directed by Fami Yua.
this is gonna be some.
He
good stuff.
directed the first episode of Apostate, and then next 21's a guy named Peter Ramsey, and then Bryce Dallas Howard does 22.
the last
Okay,
one.
cool.
No, that's the third to last. So 2 episodes, 3 episodes away.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Anyway, but you got the big guns the rest of the season. So this is the only one that had a writer that wasn't Favreau and Filoni.
Okay.
Okay.
Which I think we felt it a little bit.
And that shows.
I think it felt
and
like
it shows.
yeah, it kind of showed with that. So
Yeah.
but it wasn't terrible. But it was just.
But that's
not-
what I'm saying. I think they
It's not the
knew
greatest.
that. They're like, okay,
And that's
well,
why they bookended it.
and then Favreau's like, I think we need something at the beginning and the end.
He knew the
Yeah.
ratings would drop, and people would they would probably lose.
And I think that's why
Lose
it
faith.
ultimately became a 58-minute episode. I think it was going to
Yeah,
be 45.
It was just the middle
Yeah, good
part.
point.
There was just the middle part, and they added the 2 ends.
He
Yep.
did that with Book of Boba Fett too.
Back a
Saved-
track.
well, he didn't
Saved 'em.
save
Because it
I don't
seemed
think
kind of
was-
like an abrupt
Saved.
kind of
Yeah.
transition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Almost.
Yeah, it did. It didn't really. It's not like you were going like anything tied
Right.
to each other. They didn't even
No.
have good like transitions.
We
It was just-
escaped
Right.
TIE fighter or interceptors, and then
Dude, that was
boom, we're in
sweet.
Coruscant.
Right. I was like, where are they going with this?
I liked how he pulled her away from
Oh,
that though
yeah.
too. Like he was the voice of reason.
Yeah.
And that he cared.
Well,
about
she
her
saw
enough.
the TIE
And he-
fighters, and she's like, yeah.
but
he's
she
got a
still
point.
wanted to
That
go
also-
after him though.
That also
Yeah.
threw me off because he said that we're going to go somewhere no one's or
They
like
can't track
find
us.
us, and then they switched to Coruscant, and I thought that was
Right.
the thing. I was like,
I
what?
didn't even think of that.
They'll definitely find us here.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah. Yeah. Nobody's going to find us here.
All right.
We literally went to the busiest place in the galaxy.
Yeah.
So
All
is
right.
if that's not exciting, I don't know what is.
I'm
right?
very excited for next
That's
episode.
exciting.
now.
It's gonna be great.
I think that it's going to be super fun because Carl Weathers directs fun episodes. And
Mhm.
if he's in it, it's going to be fun and funny. There's going to be lighthearted moments that we
Yeah.
need. It's going to be a good episode. I am pumped for next week, dude.
Right.
Mando! I
Mando,
just want to hear that.
do the magic hand thing.
Yeah. All right. Well, that concludes our section again for the third time.
Yeah. Okay, let's end
No
it before we get any
Thanks
more
for
comments.
commenting. We appreciate it, though. No, we love having the comments. All right, now we're going to switch over to the Bad Batch.
Bad Batch. We're gonna breeze
Season
right through it.
2, episode
Do
12.
we need a
12?
non-spoiler?
Is it 12?
Yeah, can we just go right into
I
it?
feel like we
13.
don't
13,
Need a
okay,
non-spoiler.
13.
This is the cut from the beginning of Mandalorian and the end. We're just gonna cut to Coruscant now and go to Bad Batch.
Yeah, go to
Yep.
Bad Batch.
to
Where
call
nobody
back,
goes.
where nobody
nobody
knows your
goes.
name.
Non-spoilers. You don't really need to watch it.
Yeah,
There you go.
We're going straight
Non-spoilers.
into non-spoilers. It's
There's not much to say in non-spoilers.
It's,
It
man,
brought back a person that we don't enjoy.
Yeah.
at
She
least
wasn't as bad.
she was not as bad.
No,
I
wasn't
gotta
bad.
say, she wasn't as bad in this
Much
episode.
more reasonable.
They gave her more. They made her more likable in this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
For
she
sure.
did. 100%.
but
Oh,
still
cheesy.
annoying in some ways. But
Still not the best
likable
episode.
for where they are
Mhm.
Yeah.
and what. It just showed a different side of that
But
character.
Going from the last couple or 3 episodes we've watched and then jumping to that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
it
was
was a
real-
different show.
It's jarring.
it is.
It was a-
so.
A little whiplash.
Yeah.
Whiplash.
It's
Yeah.
not. It's just not. The execution is not there. They don't
No.
know how to play this, and they're leaning into it too heavily.
They're writing 2 shows
right.
and they're mixing them
Making it
together.
into one. Split them up.
And the tricky thing is like, where are we going with this?
Yeah.
And why are you doing it now?
I know.
Seriously.
I thought
feel like
we had.
that's-
I thought we finally had a storyline, and then they bring this.
Then they
guy
dropped it
into
again.
and they're. Yeah, I don't.
It just feels like a whole nother side
It
quest.
j- it f-
We're
it's-
not sticking with a main story.
Yeah.
I mean, for
Yep.
it's like we have 2 main stories going on. We have Omega, that's one story going on, and then with the Bad Batch in tow, and then
the
and then
Omega
we
Batch,
have-
really
and then we have Crosshair,
the true Bad Batch,
and it's like
the man.
again, we've always said
the man.
you
batch.
can tell within the first 10 seconds of any of these episodes what kind of episode it's going to
It
be. It's
really
going to be
is.
good or bad.
Honestly,
and it was bad.
you
Yeah,
can tell.
we just weren't a big fan.
No.
There was not a lot there. It did not
It-
progress the story very much.
it
It did a
should've-
little, and they were trying.
It should have
Plot
been an end
convenience,
of a
like you guys
season.
said multiple times.
Oh, it's the episode of plot convenience for sure.
Yeah.
It definitely should have been like a beginning of a season,
Or
like
the
after
end.
they accomplished
Yeah.
something. Like Dan kind of talked
Definitely
about
should
it.
have been a childish
Yeah.
episode too.
It
Yeah.
felt like the ending of a season, like after a big battle, and
Like
then
the
they-
war is finally over.
Yeah, like it's okay to
That's what
see
it-
that
that's what
because
it
you
felt
just. I mean, and in some ways we did. We just came off the heaviest episode, arguably, of
Yeah.
any. I mean, Bad Batch, the episode before this, Outpost.
yeah.
That
was
was
the No, I
that was
agree, but-
heavy and amazing.
But
It-
you're saying it didn't deserve
This
to go this
yeah,
far.
no,
this is
this
like
episode was
this is like
this,
they're eating dinner for like half of the episode.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Right.
Spoilers.
But
But
it's like, yeah.
from
it
the
was just
heaviness of the
silly.
last one, like I get it, like the kids maybe need a break, but no, we don't need that much of a break. If you're gonna do that, give us something else on the side, like add it together so that there's something else with action going on.
right. Like go back to
Yeah,
Another
this would be a
story.
good.
Crosshair.
Yeah, this would be a good example of switching back and forth between the Omega side and the Crosshair side. That would at least
Yeah.
keep you intrigued.
I'm very surprised that they gave us. Okay, with spoilers, but they gave us nothing to do with
No.
what we did last week. Nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
Absolutely.
And how big that was.
And guess
Yeah.
I'm gonna call it right now. Probably like the last episode, we'll see Crosshair again.
Last
The
two.
rest of them are probably just gonna be fluff.
Yeah,
was
I
not
mean, I
gonna
don't know.
lie.
I think
I think we.
I think they were teasing up something in this episode that might be all right.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
if the payoff's good, but I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence.
Yeah.
But yeah, pros. Were there any pros of this episode? Would you guys say any pros?
I mean,
There was actually.
Yeah.
well, but they established something.
They
that's-
established something.
They
with
established
That's what I
it.
was talking
with
about,
Sid
yeah.
that we were very happy about officially. I think officially.
I
Good
still
point.
I still say they got to go the extra mile and just take her out.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
I
Yeah.
agree.
Well, from what we learned in this episode,
All
Even
right.
more so.
Yeah.
Cons of this episode. We're just doing a quick pro and con of the non-spoiler
Cons that
section.
didn't play into the bigger Star
it
Wars
was
universe.
snooze fest for sure.
Yeah, and
It
then
tried to be not snooze fest.
it would have been an intense episode
Awake
for like a
Fest?
6-year-old, right?
Yeah,
Like a
yeah,
6-year-old
for
be
sure.
like, "Oh no, the wave is coming, and
You're on the edge
this
of
is
your
an
seat,
emotional
man."
roller coaster. I
Right.
don't know what to think. People are getting shot, and then other times they're just eating potatoes."
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's going on? I'm hungry and I'm scared.
What are we doing?
bathroom.
What should I do? Should I cry or should I laugh?
Yeah.
Right. I
Both.
almost feel like they played it out like if you were to binge this show. Like,
Even
'Cause-
so,
yeah, even so, I know it still
the
wouldn't be great, but
pace is just super jarring.
well, and how serialized it is in as far as like, oh, it's a one-off episode. Like,
Yeah.
okay, it's a self-contained.
They did this in Clone Wars.
They did do it a lot in Clone Wars, but
Yeah, but see-
definitely better executed though.
Way better
because it was George
executed.
Lucas.
But
even
they did
the,
that.
Even the beginning episodes were better
But
executed.
they did
than
that.
this.
They did that more in the beginning. They did that more in the beginning of Clone Wars.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm
But
saying.
the more they got
Yes.
into Clone Wars, it became
Yeah.
arcs.
It stayed with
Yeah.
the arcs.
Arcs.
And
Wow,
that's
that
when
was
that's
loud.
when Clone Wars started to get good. So they are definitely missing the mark because they need to go back to arcs.
They're missing the arc.
Arcs.
Arc.
That's what they needed in this episode, an arc.
Mark. They needed Mark.
Mark.
Who's Mark?
I don't know.
Where did he go?
All right.
Who's Scott?
He's been missing the whole time.
He's been missing. That's the. Doesn't matter.
Doesn't. I don't know.
That
where
was
we're
this
going with
episode. That
Just like
sums up this episode. It
Doesn't
doesn't
matter.
matter.
All right.
All right. So rate it: the good, the bad, and the ugly.
One.
Nick,
Ugly.
what? What would you rate it in our rating of the good, the bad, and the ugly?
One.
Matt.
Bad.
Okay, bad.
Super bad.
Good, the bad, the ugly.
Actually, no. The
Ugly is the worst,
Yeah.
correct?
Ugly is the
No,
worst.
bad's the worst.
No, bad would be the
Oh,
best.
bad's
Bad's
that
the best because
word?
it's the bad badge. I always
Yeah.
get this
How
confused.
does this work?
Wait,
Where's
wouldn't
good the
wouldn't
best?
good be
So
the
we don't want to be good.
Yeah, we don't.
Let me explain it to you. Here.
Please.
This is what
Let me
we like
explain.
to call
No, there is too much.
confusing.
Let me sum up.
There is no right answer.
It's the good. It's the
It
bad.
doesn't
Ugly.
matter.
It's the bad. No, the ugly. Ugly.
Yeah.
I'll go ugly.
Yeah, I agree. Who's ugly?
I'm gonna go. Yeah, ugly.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't like the worst, but it was definitely not
Yeah.
great.
I'm
Dan.
gonna say it's definitely ugly.
Yeah.
It's the bad and the ugly.
It is. Yeah. Well,
It's
because
bad,
bad
bad.
means good.
You don't know
No.
what's good
If
for
bad. Is
bad.
bad.
It was.
Yes.
It wasn't even good. Like
It wasn't.
It
It's
wasn't.
just ugly.
it
Yeah.
wasn't even
Like it didn't really progress anything.
Like
it
I
just
wish I
stood
would have
there.
seen it.
It's an
menacingly.
ugly mess. Video game ugly. Like
can't
cheap
get
video
that-
game ugly.
However long it was, time wise back.
28 minutes.
I need to bleach my eyeballs.
Bleach my eyeballs. Fact checker, what'd you think, Omega?
It was her favorite episode.
Is that your in the
Yeah, it was
corridor?
a throwaway episode. I'd prefer more like last week.
Really? Yeah. Nice.
It
Throw
was
it away.
fluff. It was a fluff
Piece
piece.
fluffy.
Nobody cares.
Like we like some lightheartedness and some fun.
Yeah,
But it
this
wasn't
is
even
just-
like-
it
But
was
this
over
wasn't
the
fun.
top, like pointless.
All right,
The
we're
laughs,
all right. We
bro.
rated it in the
The
non-spoilers. We're done with
laughs.
non-spoilers. We're gonna go to spoilers section.
Yeah.
Okay, if you haven't seen it, it doesn't matter.
Everybody
All right.
does.
The laughs.
Yeah, dude. It
I
was.
wish everybody died.
this episode. Yeah, there was a moment.
How ain't nobody?
There was a
that
moment in the beginning though
Yeah.
where Sid almost gets, or not Sid.
lit? Gosh,
Fudge.
dang it.
Fee. They're practically the same character. Fee almost gets dead
Yeah.
by like that syringe thing.
Yeah.
Of that.
Yeah.
Was
Cerulean,
it the same?
Cerulean slug.
Was it a Cerulean slug?
I think so.
Episode
I think
2,
that's what it's
baby.
called, right?
It was, yeah. They're
Yeah.
calling on the prequels.
Episode 2. I did like
pretty
that
cool.
callback, and actually that opening sequence I said
It
was
wasn't-
probably
it
the
wasn't bad.
best.
The fight-
that was
the
probably
fight?
the best.
That was solid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that there was actually some creative action in there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm,
I enjoyed that. The
But
bell.
also, like,
They rung his
what
bell.
Are you doing taking a kid
Yeah,
to a
it's
drug
like,
deal?
seriously, what-
They're in a bar too.
maybe that's why that was kind of the
They
point
not
that
have a legal drinking age there.
That's the point that Fee was saying though. In some ways, was like she needs friends of her own, you know. And obviously, then I'm like, well, why did you take her with you?
Yeah,
and showed
exactly.
her on like the seedy underbelly of the galaxy. You were like a direct contradiction of yourself.
Yeah. Well, and they're alluding to that too. with
Yeah.
this
She was
episode.
teaching her. Is what she said.
Yeah, right. She was teaching her how to
She's
die
teaching.
in a horrible
Yeah,
transaction.
this is
Yeah.
how you die.
But then-
Teaching her how to negotiate. That was the
Yeah,
word.
but
Yeah.
then in the next like scene, she's like telling off the Bad Batch for not
How
like
dare you take her anywhere?
yeah,
Right.
like why doesn't
needs
she have
friends of her
friends? She
own.
needs to like be a kid, you know?
Yeah.
Which
And-
is understandable.
And we actually agreed with that. We're
We
like, yeah, let's get rid of
agreed.
her.
Yeah.
We've been trying to do that
Drop
since
her off
day
at
Take
one.
the
her
nearest
to
planet.
daycare.
Yeah,
Right?
seriously.
Where she's not gonna like negotiate high like danger like suitcases full of credits and slugs
Yeah. Well, like the
and
point
blasters.
the point of of this whole episode was basically like the Bad Batch is lost. Like they don't know what to do with themselves, which
They're getting
was
rid of
stupid
Sid.
because like 2 episodes ago they gave them they gave them a point for living and doing something,
Yep.
which was they found out some crap that the Empire is doing, and they want to do something about it
Yeah,
by
right.
talking to Rex
They just handed it off to Rex and Echo.
and Echo.
Which is stupid.
Yeah, so
Which wrote
This is
them
a
right out
whole
of the show.
storyline you could go after
Yeah.
and make this so much better.
Yeah, it wrote them
when
right
you
out of
don't.
the show. They're like,
it
"No,
did. It was
they're done."
stupid. And then, but then the other point of this whole episode was basically that Omega needs friends. She needs a
Mhm.
place to grow up as
Which
a good person.
and they
you know what I
kept-
mean?
They kept alluding to getting rid of her.
Yeah, they keep
and
talking
leaving
about
her
the whole
at
season.
the planet. And the
I
next
was
thing you
hoping-
know, they're all staying on the planet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then that's why I was like, what?
I was so excited because I was like, "Oh, they finally found a home for her."
Yeah.
But then they
Yeah.
kept playing it like Fee's gonna be with Tech.
Oh yeah.
And then they're
Yeah.
like, and then maybe
There's
we can,
that.
you can all stay here. You can stay with your daughter. I'm like, no. He can't stay with her. He has to drop her off here
Right.
because this
yeah.
planet is so safe.
Yeah.
And
And
move
then-
on.
And then
And
plot
then-
convenience. Big old wave
Yeah.
comes
yeah,
in.
this place is super safe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It only gets
So
destroyed by
safe.
We did have a
tsunamis
couple of
every
comments. Is
couple
it
of
okay-
decades.
Is that okay to bring in a couple?
Yeah,
of
bring in
comments?
these
'Cause
comments.
people
I want to
are-
hear you. People.
Bring 'em in, boy.
They're laughing at us ranting about stuff. And somebody said Bendu is my favorite character. Benjamin Bravo said Bendu is my favorite character.
Bendu.
I am
the
a wise
Bendu.
man.
Bantu Eve is what Sensen said. Pretty sure it was Bantu is a hut.
Oh,
they said
Bantu.
Eve.
Bantu.
Oh,
That's what they were
okay.
saying. And then definitely nonstop side quests without any overall plot. It feels like the show is actually meant for a younger audience in
Yeah.
Clone Wars and Rebels. This could
Yeah.
be why the main plot is trivial.
Well,
Yep.
that's the thing.
But then they,
The episodes,
yeah.
They
the
give you
good
those.
episodes aren't meant for children.
yeah, that's
right?
what I'm saying. They're like dark, dude. Like
Super
Yeah.
dark.
They are because it's Crosshair. It's heavy. It's epic.
Crosshair.
And then he's twisted. And then they said they're not staying on target. They laughed at us because we were ranting about what was it, cereal? Or something? And then the problem is, Sile Sin said how funny it is that this place didn't have any natural disasters for 3 generations, but they have one as soon as the Bad
Yep.
Batch arrived.
Like I said, it's plot convenience.
Plot convenience along with them
convenience.
ladders.
Oh, it was just a tremor. It'll be
Oh
over
my-
soon. I don't think it's over. Another tremor immediately happens.
yeah. Oh,
Yeah, there's a big wave coming.
I
Oh,
like-
think
Yeah.
the early warning system would have went off. The early warning system literally goes off. right after
However-
it says that. I'm like, this is just too convenient.
this is like
Like,
it's poor writing.
dude, it feels like they think the audience is stupid and that we need to be force fed this crap,
Yeah.
and it's just bad.
Like they're
I'm like, why is this episode?
this
even
episode
existing?
was for 6-year-olds or 7-year-olds or
Yeah.
whatever. Probably, I don't know, maybe 8-year-olds.
Yeah. Oh, there's ladders up there. Let's get them and
Yeah,
send them
what was
down. Like,
that? That
this
was
is a
like-
video game.
They
What
just
is this?
fall
Yeah, it
out
was.
of
It
the
was a-
block wall.
It was
Yeah.
a video game.
Video game missions. But we had some other funny things here. What you guys don't like the tech romance?
Look,
That
I
was
don't like-
weird.
I'm not a-
Brown eyes.
We're
Like,
not
she
a
said it
fan of
so.
Fee.
She
Yeah.
said it so disparagingly in Entombed.
I don't want.
She wasn't as bad in this episode.
She wasn't
Right.
as
No,
bad.
she- it
she
was-
softened.
But the thing is, I don't want any more tag-alongs. I just want a Bad Batch.
Yeah.
I don't want
just
them
want,
to have a relationship and
Yeah.
have them bring along and get them in trouble more.
They already have Omega. They've been dealing with for.
Yeah.
Exactly. And she was supposed to be dead. I mean, dropped off.
I mean, dropped off. Now that we got rid of that dead weight.
oh man.
Yeah. See, are they gonna do that? Are they gonna leave Omega on the planet and then just take Fee with them? And then they're gonna
No.
do the whole
No,
Tech and
I
Fee.
think-
Or are they going to
romance?
drop off Tech?
I feel like
with
Tech
Fee
Right?
instead?
Yeah,
'Cause
now
Tech's
we're
the
losing
dad.
everybody.
Yeah. No, that's
Well-
what's gonna happen.
Yeah,
I'm telling you right now. By the end of this show, there's gonna be no Bad Batch left,
it's the
and
end.
they'll be
They're
like, "Why are we calling
unraveling-
it Bad Batch?"
Why did we do this show?
They're
Though?
Yeah.
Like,
unraveling the
If
Bad Batch.
if that's the case, they had no reason to make this show.
No.
this show
They
should have
wasted
been.
money.
This show should have been action packed.
Yep.
The Bad Batch, no Omega,
Yep.
just going up against the Empire time
Literally.
after time, exploiting the Empire's
Yeah.
evil doings,
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and them being a very small part of the catalyst that becomes
rebellion.
the rebellion. That's what the Bad Batch should have been, and you should have ended with something like this.
Yeah.
They ride off into the sunset, or they've
Yep.
done their part, and
And
you
they
know
live
what?
out
They've had enough
peacefully.
of war.
Yep.
Let's
They
let's
retire.
just retire. That's what this episode should have been. The very end of Bad Batch.
Yep.
And then we could have all cheered. We would have been like, you know what? They deserve it.
know
It
what?
would have been tears.
They
It
done
would have
did
been
some work.
amazing.
Man, they went all out.
Yeah,
They
and then,
sort of kind of fought a Zillow beast.
Yeah.
yeah, dude.
Sort of, kind of.
Yeah, dude.
Sort of, kind of.
But instead we get this show that's like bouncing back and forth. It doesn't know what it wants to be. You got Omega with all the moody stuff going on.
Yep.
Is she supposed to be with the Bad Batch? Is she supposed to be with her own? I don't know. Here's Crosshair. We're killing everybody. It's
Right.
dark.
That's the
Uh,
true Bad Batch.
You know,
show.
this is definitely not a kid's show, but this show over here is.
2 shows.
Ain't
One
nobody
storyline.
He's up
died.
for dessert.
We had a full-on tidal wave come at our city, and
Yeah.
not a
Krakatoa.
single person died.
Died. Yeah, seriously. I was like,
There was no weight in this episode.
That's nice for children, but the
Right.
episode before
Four
was
was
full of
unrealistic.
death.
yeah.
Listen here,
There were
kids.
Literally
People die.
straight to the dome piece.
Death vultures
Yeah.
Yeah.
flying in the
Like
air.
multiple people getting shot and killed.
Yeah.
Like assassinated, bro.
Yeah.
Oh my
It's just.
god!
He stepped on a mine.
It's
He stepped on a
He stepped on
mine.
a mine.
Yeah.
It's just it's a dumpster fire of a show. I'm
I
not
mean,
gonna lie.
it's all over
Except
the
for
place.
those 2
Except for the good episodes.
Couple
Crosshair
episodes.
They happen
episodes.
to
A
have.
couple episodes are good, and when I did like where it expanded on the larger galaxy and
Yeah.
how they played the Emperor. I thought that was very well done.
Yeah.
But that was it.
Yeah, and
Uh,
then we got a couple of comments here. Let's just and then we'll wrap it up. Maybe Omega is in even more danger. By this is Benjamin Bravo. Even in more danger because she needs 2 hands to shoot, while everyone else needs 1 hand to shoot a blaster.
Yep.
Because she's
That's
pulling
true.
the
Pulling that
Pulling
bow.
the
Right.
oh
Yeah.
no,
Pull that
and he
bow.
was talking about the Bad Batch not
Yeah,
staying
it's
on
not
target,
a convenient
Yeah.
weapon.
Yeah.
not us.
Right. Well,
and
we
then he
don't
said,
say
even
that
if
either.
Omega has wild force powers, I would still be disappointed by this show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, who said that?
Ben,
Ben did. Yeah. Agreed. 100%. Like at this point, I don't know what they're gonna have. They're gonna have to do something massive for us to get like
Excited.
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 But yeah, I don't know. This show, I didn't mind. Like the tech and the fee thing was growing on me a little bit, but
Right.
it was more the fact that like she just treats him like lesser
Garbage.
than.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He's just supposed to be okay with it.
I don't know. Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
only thing.
Yeah.
But anyway, any final thoughts? We got to wrap this sucker up.
Wrap it up.
Any final thoughts on this episode,
Yeah.
or what you'd like to see moving forward?
More Crosshair-esque episodes. Seriousness. Heavy weight.
Heavyweight.
Death. Destruction.
Yeah. What's the question?
What's the question?
We got
Give
a
it to us.
question.
Question from Eddie Bear: will we ever see Bad Batch characters in live action? Maybe Mandalorian show?
Ooh, that would be really difficult to do
It'd be tricky.
for the fact that
They're all the same people.
they're all the same character, which is Tamora Morrison.
Yeah.
Uh,
But they
you-
could keep their helmets on.
That's true. I think that would be a better way to do it. Although I don't know if
They
Tamora
do have
Morrison would really.
different looks though.
Yeah, you could get like a lookalike, and
Yeah.
and
I could see it.
I
could see it doing
that would be cool. I would not be opposed to that. Like if a Bad Batch character showed
Assuming
up in live action,
they don't ruin it and put Omega in it too.
Right.
that
Yeah,
is
if Omega's there, I don't want to see it.
I bet
This is-
Tamora Morrison would be up for it too. But who would
yeah.
who would it be? That would be the question too.
Yeah.
Would it be Wrecker? Would it be Tech? Would
Right.
it be...
I'd like to see Hunter.
I think Hunter would be
I think
cool to
Hunter's
show
just
up.
Like, are they all
Yeah.
there, or have
Right.
some of them just passed on?
or they're doing other
Passed
things.
away.
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Yeah.
The only hope that I had in this episode, for the first time in a long time, we saw Hunter use his ability to sense
Yep. Since the tidal wave.
the
Yeah.
tidal wave.
Well, Andy
and the,
sensed that
tsunami.
slug
And the
thing.
slug.
Oh, sorry,
The
you were
slug
probably gonna say
thing.
that.
Guess it's a
which is
tsunami.
his like kind of his superpower, right? He's
Yeah.
like a tracker hunter. And then we got to see Wrecker for a split second. She's like, the guy's like, you should have brought more muscle. And then all of a sudden, you got this like
Yep, big
season
dude.
opener reminder that I
Right.
am Wrecker, and he gets up with his huge like,
Yeah.
whoa, he's so big.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, and
t-
it was, he said something cool, and then the next time he said something on the ship, it was just a stupid comment again.
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
She's like, that was such a fun mission. You know,
He's like,
yeah.
"You
got that right.
Yep. I,
It's like
I
Omega.
think
Are
he
you,
said that multiple times,
Yeah.
like 10 plus
Oh
times.
man, that reminds me.
Yep.
Speaking of laughter, the worst part of this episode
Oh, yeah,
was
the
whenever
laughter.
Wrecker shakes that dude's
Yeah,
hand,
that was
and
so
out of
weird,
left
dude.
field, that dude's like, like
Yep.
the weirdest
I don't know
laugh.
what the laugh.
And it was like too long of a laugh.
It was
too.
wrong.
It was like,
Well, it
You're
happened.
like, what
It
the
happened
heck just
twice,
Did
didn't
someone
it?
just he
It
just
did,
hit the
yeah.
tickle button on his hand or something?
Right. Tickle me Elmo.
Yeah,
showed
that's
up.
what it was like. I was like, what in the heck, dude?
Yeah.
That was not put
He doesn't
together
get
well.
out much. He's not very social.
Yeah, it was weird. I was like unnerved by that. I was like, oh. Although I will say, I feel very represented in the Star Wars galaxy because that dude was chunky,
The chunky mare.
and I feel represented being a chunky man myself. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm sorry.
I like food. What can I say?
Yeah, record too. I'm never full.
Right. I'll
Yeah.
mark this down.
I felt
For-
represented
yeah.
there too.
Well, 3 episodes ago, we got the guy pigging out on all the food.
Yeah. I'll
And
talk
this
to
one
them
we
when
had
I'm
Wrecker
ready.
eating all
Yeah.
the food.
Talk
It's
to
kinda-
him when I'm good and ready.
That's pretty funny. So
All right, so let's rate it out of 5 and get the heck on out of here. Get the wrecker on out of here.
I'm just gonna give it a 2.
It's a 1 for me.
All right.
Yeah, it's a 1.5 for me.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna go with. 2.5.
1.5. Skip it. This is definitely
Skip
an
it.
ugly.
Just
The beginning was
skip it.
pretty
Every
solid.
single second of it.
All right.
Yeah.
On a happy note, I'm just gonna give you the future here, future casting. Next week we got the tipping point.
I don't know what that's gonna be. Like
I don't know
after
what it's gonna
this,
be
I'm
either.
like, I don't.
So
even
are we
know.
going back to Crosshair? Maybe.
It might
So,
be.
the tipping
Switching over
point,
to
Unless they're
doesn't
gonna go with
say-
like a clone rebellion or something.
Right,
Like,
yeah, I can
that
see
would be
that.
cool.
yeah,
or
It's
maybe
up-
like the tipping point of the Bad Batch leaving.
Or maybe it's
People.
yeah.
maybe it's
Or maybe it's
the final.
Fee
It's the
fighting
It's probably gonna be the final straw with Sid,
with Sid.
Yeah.
That's what I meant.
and then the
And they're
final
gonna
2
kill
after
Sid.
that. We're gonna have a full night, as if this night wasn't full enough. On March
I'm never
29th, we
full.
got the final 2 episodes: the Summit and Plan 99.
So the
So-
summit's probably going to be a Mount Tantus.
Yeah, definitely Mount Tantus.
And
with
Plan
Crosshair.
99, they're going to rescue Crosshair and make a getaway.
And
So-
hopefully
and
there's some great action, and it's
hopefully
not
Omega
too
gets-
lighthearted.
Left somewhere, so
Like,
she's
I don't
off the
want-
show.
Yeah, like I don't want Omega like there leading the way
No.
to save.
Oh,
No,
No.
she needs to stay.
And then her and Crosshair have
At
some
this new
witty
place.
banter at the end or something. You know, that's how
That'd be
season 1
awkward.
ended.
yeah.
Yeah, just
Season
kind of
1 was
like-
definitely a disappointment. With
It
the
was.
ending. Like
It
I don't
was
even.
like,
I hardly
hmm.
remember what happened. Like it was
don't
that
remember.
It could have
bad.
been really
Camino got
good.
destroyed.
Yeah,
and
they
that
blew
was
up
it.
Camino. Rampart
Yeah, that was
there.
interesting, but like again, the weight of it was there was no weight to
Fell
it. Really.
apart,
It was
like-
just kind of
Well, like the
weak
season
sauce.
opener of this one was so weak. You know,
Pirates
it
of the
was like,
Caribbean.
yeah,
Yep.
it's too fun, too like it doesn't make any sense.
Yep.
Omega's leading the way, so
Oh,
they need to
yeah.
leave Omega on that planet, and she can help become
Yeah.
be a child. Fine.
Yeah.
Now Wrecker and Hunter and Tech can leave. Tech's like, I know it's never gonna work out with us, Fee. See ya.
Deuces.
At least like at least Fee and Tech getting together is like character growth.
Right.
Like that's the
Right.
only thing I don't mind about them. It's because at least they're like the actual Bad Batch is growing. Like whoa,
Light bulb.
We're going
I
crazy.
had an idea. But yeah, so that's the only thing I say. We really need to get away from Omega. I know this is the Omega show, but if they
Yeah.
got rid of Omega and we actually got the Bad Batch like they said we were going to get,
It'd be good.
it could be a really good show.
be
But I just don't know if we're going to
amazing.
get there.
Yeah.
Benjamin said, "What if they give us the story arc of them cleaning up the island wreckage for like 5 episodes?"
Oh my goodness!
Honestly, I
could
would
see them
not-
doing
I
that.
would
for
not
like
put
an
it past
entire
them.
episode.
Because like Tech uses his
Yeah, that's what makes it
smarts.
worse.
Because it'll feel like 5.
he uses his smarts to like analyze.
My
This is
goodness.
going to take several rotations to clean up this mess.
Right.
It's going
You're
to
like,
He looks at the camera and he says, "This is going to take several
The rest of the
episodes, right,
season
to
until
finish cleaning up this mess."
You better just stop watching.
That's why it felt like an ending of the season because it's like
Yeah.
this. Okay, that's where they end up.
right?
And
we
we
come
pick
back
'em up in
next
season-
season,
like,
it's
that's
all
fine.
cleaned up.
You know, you want your heroes to land in a safe place. Maybe they just need to heal. Fine. Okay, but this isn't over yet, is it? Maybe it is for them. Maybe we're actually done with, but we're not.
Right.
But, you know,
I
we're
don't
not-
know.
We're not going to get 3 episodes of Crosshair.
what's happening.
We can't. So I don't know. It just doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel like the right time. It felt like this is
They're
all
just
jumbled
all
up.
over the place. That's
So,
the problem.
Anyway,
Whiplash.
we've bashed it around, but anyway, it was an interesting night.
Whiplash indeed.
Yeah. All right. I think we can call that Dunzo for
Wow.
Bad Batch Season 2,
What's a
Episode
batch?
13. Skip it. I forget the
Skip
name.
it.
Skip it.
Pabu.
Pabu.
Pabu!
See, that's the other thing. We always come up with ideas for like these episodes, and our
They're
ideas
way
almost
better.
90% of the time are at least for this show, 100% of the time, probably better than, except for the Crosshair episodes, better than the show that we actually get. Like, we were thinking last week, we were like, go back and watch it. We were like, all right, Pabu. Oh, Pabu's that dude that's in, or one of the name of the chick from Rebels. And they're flying that YT 2400, which is like Dash Rendar's ship.
With Sato.
Oh, that'd be cool. I
yeah.
wonder what they're gonna do. You know,
No,
they're
they go
flying
to-
around on a ship, and it's gonna be this interesting thing. Omega might get involved with them because they're like young, angsty, whatever, and it'd be fun.
Nah,
but
there's a
no, we
planet
got none of
called
that.
Pabu.
Pabu's the name of the dumb island.
Right, I feel like Omega needs to still be with somebody that she can like run around and shoot stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
she
for
does like
sure.
action. She's
Well,
been
I
in
don't know
that
about
world.
shooting. I
Maybe
don't
not
know if she
shooting.
should be allowed to have a
She-
weapon.
Right? She's a child.
She
That
should be
bow and arrow
mining
does some
Ipsium.
damage.
It does.
Yeah.
She should be mining Ipsium. I like the sound
She's an
design
expert at it.
of the opening sequence. That's the only thing I really liked out of this. That's
Yeah.
why I gave it a 2. The
Mhm,
sound design at the beginning was
mhm.
kind of like, it's pretty good. Nice job.
Yeah.
Whoever did that.
Right.
Matt, what's his name? Wood.
Is it
Not
Matthew
him.
Wood?
Not him.
Me. I
Matt,
did it.
Who made the
good
cookies?
job, Matt.
Somebody
Uh-huh.
named Matt made those cookies.
Somebody
Scott.
named Matt.
All right. Any more comments before we
No,
get out of here?
I think that's pretty much
We're gonna
it.
head out.
We're all out. We're out of.
All right.
We had one person, GT Gavin, join in, say hi.
Oh,
Hello.
Hello.
Was
Thanks for joining
good.
in.
Thanks for tuning in. We waited for you this whole time.
This whole time.
Sorry,
waiting
we're
for you.
about to leave
We
right now.
appreciate
Now we're
that
out.
you're joining- No.
We were told you were coming.
Yeah, right. Was foretold.
The Force.
Did you enjoy Mandalorian? Did you enjoy The Bad Batch? Did you watch either of them?
Yeah, we watched both.
Are you asking us or him?
I'm asking GT Gavin.
Oh,
Okay.
yes, Dan.
Yeah.
We watched both of them.
Did
You
you
were
guys-
there.
You were
We
with
literally
us.
just talked about it. Do we have
2
to discuss
hours.
it all again?
2 hours went
Please
by.
no.
This.
Oh,
I
feel like
give
I'm
me-
in purgatory.
Give me your non-spoiler thoughts on The Bad Batch.
yeah.
No, I'm
No,
kidding.
okay, no, we're leaving. All right.
We're out, Ski.
Sorry, Gavin.
What? Oh yeah. We got a lot of videos dropping, so keep an eye out for those. Thanks for watching. If you watch our latest videos and our shorts, we got a lot of stuff going on, and we just appreciate everybody being here. We've been having a lot of fun watching those videos, and we love engaging with you guys and discussing Star Wars. Disgusting Star. I sounded like I
Disgusting
I'm
Star
now-
Wars.
dude.
I can't go into a monologue now without
Right.
thinking I'm gonna say something stupid, and you guys are gonna
We're
make
gonna
fun of
laugh
me.
at you. The
So
wider
I'm already
community.
making fun of myself
dude.
in my head before I say the words.
The wider
We're
community,
playing with
right,
him.
Dustin?
We're playing
you
with
say?
his head.
I said the wider.
Oh my goodness.
The white.
Not whiter.
No.
I said
but
wider.
Yeah,
Oh my
GT Gavin
goodness.
also said, yes, good but slow. Good but
Good
slow.
but slow.
Yeah,
That's a good way.
exactly
Just
yeah.
like
Perfect.
Dustin's brain.
You son of a nutcracker.
Just slow.
I've-
I wouldn't go
I've been to
good.
the Mind Flayer a few times.
I thought Mythosaur.
But keep,
I swear I saw the Mythosaur.
That's why I did the Mythosaur.
I did. The stuff just writes itself.
It does.
Oh.
Welcome to Stay on Target, where we do anything but.
Tweety
Actually, that was
Bird,
all right on.
Tweety Bird and the Mandalorian.
Yeah, for sure.
I think at any point, are you guys going to stay up and watch Mandalorian at 3 in the morning?
Ooh, maybe the season finale.
Probably not.
Really?
I love how he poses the question.
He asks the
and then he
question
acts
and then
like
just
you're
shuts you down.
stupid. Like maybe. Really? Are you
Wow.
that dumb?
You idiot.
Are you that dumb to stay up that late when you
I'm
have
just
work in the morning?
It was a trap.
It was a trap, and then you just
Doesn't matter. Scramble his brain. Hold on,
I
can
found it
watch
quite
the knob?
refreshing.
I gotta watch the knob. Whatever.
Yeah, right.
Holy
He
cow.
makes sure you know his opinion.
No, I just was curious, and that was the wrong answer. So I'm
Really?
cutting the feed.
What
I was
about
just-
you?
I was asking for your opinion.
What about you, Dan? Which one?
No, I
Are
would
you?
never do that. No, I would never do that. No.
You idiot! Why would you never do that?
Yes, I would do that.
Come on, man. We got to be on the cutting edge of
I
technology.
would, because I mean, there was some. What I'm getting at is there was a lot of people watching our video yesterday,
Yeah.
and like talking till late in the night about like conversations on it.
That was
Because
fun.
Mando hype builds and
It was
builds and
hilarious.
builds week to week, and it's gonna build till next week too, because we don't know where they're going. So I'm
Yeah.
just curious,
Right.
and it might actually lean me into toward doing that because
Yeah.
it was kind of fun chatting and commenting with everybody out there on what they thought was going to happen. It's
Yeah.
just funny. Everybody's Mando thoughts were coming out at
Yeah, and then
midnight.
you go live after watching it. Midstream, you just fall asleep. And
Yeah.
it just becomes the stream of Dan sleeping.
It's like,
Doesn't
just
shut up.
drool.
It's the longest stream of somebody sleeping.
You're like,
Dude, you gotta check out this video. This guy's just sleeping.
yeah.
I'm sure that exists. I'm sure.
Dude.
Actually, that'd be a good poll. Would you guys like to see us do a live
3 a.m.
stream
Live stream.
right the night before or the night of going into
Right when it comes out.
The morning of.
No,
No, he's talking about a pre.
Oh,
the
you mean
eve.
like
I'm
before
talking
it
about
comes.
the Mando Eve. We like to call it Mando Eve, which is Tuesday.
Oh, so
Tuesday
like-
night for us.
Like we stay up until the episode comes out.
No,
I'm not saying that.
he's saying
I'm
like
saying-
Tuesday Eve.
Explain yourself.
I'm not
sir.
Tell us
explaining
what you're
myself.
saying,
Well,
then.
I'm sorry. No, I'm thinking like just like a time where we can talk Star Wars, but
yeah.
like
without having anything to go on. We're
Yeah,
just
Dan, you talk.
speculating. So like the night before, everybody was on, and they were all speculating on their thoughts and arguing about theories.
Yelling
So
at
we
us.
jump on the night before, like Tuesday night.
Arguing.
We go on our theories. We speculate. We go around and talk with people live, and
Yeah.
then watch the show. Some people stay up till 3 in the morning and watch it. We don't necessarily have to. And then we do our show Wednesday like this and talk post mortem on what we thought. So we see our before and after.
Post-morg.
Post-mortem.
yeah. So let us know
It
in the
might be
comments
fun.
out there if you guys want us to do another live stream. Mando Eve. We call it Mando Eve.
Tuesday
leading up
night.
to the episode.
Yeah.
And if you want to do a live watch along leading up to that, we're gonna have to get a lot more subscribers to do that.
Yeah. Like,
All right.
add another 0 to what we have right now.
Yes.
Speaking of which,
Puts us
we
at
do appreciate everybody
3,000
who has
almost.
subscribed, and we're
Yeah.
trying to get to 300, and we're really trying to get there today if possible, if
That'd be
not by
nice.
the end of the week.
Yeah, homies.
So,
Get that subscribe.
tell your friends,
Subscribo.
tell your enemies, tell your frenemies
frenemies.
about us. Tell them to like, comment, subscribe, and we would greatly appreciate it. I know I would. Nick, he doesn't
Get out
care.
of here.
Nick's hit or miss.
You got some,
Matt,
you got
Matt's
some
on the
other stuff
fence.
to do.
You on the fence still, Matt?
Yeah, kind of.
the camera.
He's on the fence. The rest of this. Dan, how do you feel?
Yeah, I'm Switzerland.
You are.
he's
You're really
neutral.
good at that, dude.
Wow, look at that face.
So
You're
we're
really
fact-
good at that, dude.
Fact checker,
It's a
how do you
skill.
feel about people subscribing?
Oh, they're awesome.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, no, I want people to subscribe because it
that.
brings
do
in the
that if you want to
conversation.
do it.
It does. I love the conversation we
And
had
because
tonight.
when people subscribe, a lot of times they're excited because they watched a video they just saw, and then they want to talk about it. And if they want to talk about it, then they subscribe, then they continue the conversation. So that's what these live shows are: is a chance for us to chat with you about your thoughts, and we give you all of our thoughts, and then we just take from these videos the people that didn't watch the live stream and create videos out of this, obviously. And so you can watch this whole live stream, or you can just check the videos every other day and comment on what you think. So
yeah, and as you can tell, we are very engaged. We will engage with anybody who engages with
If
us.
you talk on the
Engaged.
stream, we're gonna mention your
Engaged.
comment.
We're
and we're gonna
getting
mention your name. And we like talking to all the comments, even
Odin.
if we don't fully agree, or even if you disagree with us. It's
That's
kind of
right.
fun to see your thoughts and theories.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what
you're
makes us-
probably wrong, but
Yeah, that's just Star Wars.
You can have your own
Whatever.
opinion,
Well,
even
still-
if it's wrong.
well,
Are you
allow
gonna
it.
stay up till 3 in the morning?
Wrong
No.
answer. Really?
You Dinbo?
You dork.
All right, and
good
on
times.
that bombshell, thanks for being with us tonight. We will be back next week. Let us know in the comments, and with the poll, we're probably going to put out about if you guys want another live stream. If not, that's fine too. But yeah, remember to tell your friends about us. I already said that spiel, so we're going to get out of here before we say anything else. Nick, leave them with something positive and uplifting.
We got your
It's
back.
going to be okay, man.
You're okay.
And that's the best you'll get out of
And
him.
that is
Nuts.
the best you will get.
Yep. Thrawn's coming, baby. And we're coming back next week. So stay tuned, and we'll catch you on the next adventure. Man, that sounds
We'll catch you
so
on the
like
flippity flop.
cheesy, but
Get
it felt
him.
right.
Get out.
Awkward silence.
That was
All right.
amazing.
Now we're really.
No,
good.
it's good for us. I like awkward sound.
It's good for us.
That's good.
Really
It's-
cleanses
You don't
the
know what's
soul.
good for bad.
You
Awkward
don't know what's
silence
bad for
is
good.
A good look for us.
Yeah. Hey, don't put that in camera view.
It's
Love-
not.
It's not in camera.
We're
Love
in the
you.
Brady Bunch, bro.
Can they still hear us?
Yeah.
Oh,
They can still see us too.
Now they can't see us, but they can hear us.
Ooh.
So we're officially off screen, but they
Hold
can
the
hear us.
old bait and
this
switch.
is what we like to call the after show, the actual podcast
Right.
of Stay on Target.
Man, look at that.
If you've made it this far, we're going to tell you our deepest, darkest secrets.
Okay.
No, we're not.
Just gonna listen to
But,
some smooth jazz.
You know what? You get this extra nice talking to you at the end.
Yeah.
Because you made it this far.
Listen to the soothing sounds of our voice as you fall asleep.
This is the fall asleep part of the show.
Look at that logo.
How you know what? We love Star Wars, and you love Star Wars.
And Star Wars loves you.
And that makes you great. Just remember that. You're great.
Where are we going with this? I don't know.
It's uplifting talk right now, okay? Just go with it.
It's just whispering ASMR.
All right, we'll see you next week. Good night.
Deuces.